Hello, and welcome to Coast to Coast. My name is Auntie Collins. This is JPJ.
It's
What
me.
is this?
I don't know. I do the peace sign when we leave, right? So I don't want to
Yeah.
double up. I had to do
How
something.
dare
Can I do
you?
this? I do this a lot.
Yeah. Woo. I can't do that. I don't look cool
Do I?
doing it. Yeah, you look cool doing everything. What are you
Thanks.
talking about?
Appreciate that. I try my best,
Yeah. Thank you
HJ.
guys.
It's a PG show, bro. Stop talking about heeges in the chat. Why don't we stop talking about heeges in the chat, huh?
I don't know what that is. I don't know what
HJ?
that is.
An
Yeah.
HJ. A heege.
Oh. I need to leave. Okay.
Yeah. A minute in.
Right,
We're talking about
guys.
heeges. Talking about heeges in the chat.
Heeges and beeges.
A heege.
Okay. Well, guys, it's Sunday, and clean up your gutters. Throw your tissues away. Put the lotion back where it belongs.
Put the lotion in the basket, actually.
Yeah, put the lotion back in the basket. Put on your deodorant. Do all the necessary things. We have lots of wrestling to talk about. We have lots of things to talk about this week. I
You know
do want to.
Go. No, go. You go. I don't want to interrupt. You stop.
Oh. We have to talk about how you went to Redemption and your experience. Please get in your super chats. I really appreciate all of you guys messaging me this week. If you didn't know, go follow me on _queer auntie on all socials. Y'all know that I dog sit. You guys saw all those pets that were here the other day. You see how active I am. Unfortunately, one of those pets. Oh, fuck. Okay. One of those pets. I had to take it to the vet because she was having multiple seizures. Very 14-year-old Westie, like very small dog, has had diabetes for the last 3 years. So seizures aren't uncommon. I had previously taken her this Saturday. Last Saturday, to the vet. They gave her some anti-seizure meds. Like they checked her glucose levels, all the things, but she was not wanting to eat. And so like taking insulin and not wanting to eat, I had to basically like give her cat food. That was the only thing that like she was wanting to eat, and they were telling me that like she needed to get like some specific proteins in. So I was hand feeding her chicken, and she ended up having more seizures. And Saturday, I was in the chat with you guys, so thank you guys so much for showing up for our pre-recorded episode. It was really great, and I really love talking to you guys in the chat. But I did want to tell you guys that Miss Ellie did not make it, for those that didn't know, which is really traumatizing because, like, oh, fuck. Sorry, guys, I'm effing and jeffing over here. Ellie was a really special animal. I've been watching and taking care of her for the last 5 years. She's the best friend to my dog, Penny Lane. They're both the same age. So please give your pets extra cuddles. I do not wish that horrifying experience on anyone. I've had multiple animals that I've had to put down, animals that like weren't doing well, but when it's not your own pet and I'm trying to call the owner who is in Europe and I'm having like a really not great time trying to get a hold of them, and like I can't make medical decisions without their things. So I'm trying my best. I am canine and feline first aid certified. I do have like I renew my course every 3 years so that I know how to administer medication, and I know the basics, what would be the equivalent of like human first aid, but this was well out of my scope. And you guys know that vets are notoriously not open on Sundays. So I had to find an emergency vet that would be willing to take her. I went to one and they would not take her. They were at capacity, and I it was just really horrifying to go through. And then I finally did end up getting a hold of the owner and made the call to put her down, and being with her in her last moments and knowing that she wasn't in pain anymore was a weird experience. I missed watching most of Redemption. I had a really, really shit week. Really mentally not in a good headspace to watch wrestling. It's kind of hard when like something like that happens and you're trying to just like be okay with yourself. So if it weren't for my partner, my husband, and my friends in real life kind of coming to bat for us, providing meals for us, even though it's like, it's not even our animal, but I'm just like, was going through a hard time. Yeah. So it was a difficult week. Plus I still had to take care of their farm. I'm on a farm and they have farm animals and, other pets to like take care of, and they knew what was going on. And, it's so funny. So the farmhouse is close enough to where I live, but like I live in Seattle proper, but it's a thing of it's far enough out that like I lose cell phone service, and like I really I've been reading a lot. And she has an itinerary for the crows, the
crows,
the chipmunks, and the squirrels and the birds.
Okay.
So weirdly enough, the animals, I felt like Mary Poppins this week because the crows visited me every morning. I'm bringing them bread and nuts. They were bringing me shiny objects. And the reason why she feeds the crows is because the crows attack the hawks that try to come by and pick off all the livestock and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So the crows visited me a lot. The hummingbirds were out. I got visited by a lot of butterflies this week. So, and their asshole of a barn cat even let me pet it this week, which is like, you know how, I mean, Lou is a nice cat. I mean, but like, imagine that, like an outdoor barn cat who just like at the sight of you will piss at you.
Yeah.
But this cat like came up
and
like sat on my lap. They
know. Animals know. I didn't experience anything like that, but the times that I've had Lou where I've had rough stuff happen, and Lou, you see Lou, he'll hop on the desk and he'll want some pets and he'll want some whatever, but I wouldn't say he's the most affectionate cat. He is affectionate, but not all the time. Like he usually just wants to be by himself and like, I want to squeeze
his little face every time I see him.
But like, I've only had him for 6 years, but like the one or two like rough, emotional things I've dealt with in the time that I've had him, he knows. He'll come up and he'll sit next to me on the couch, which he never does, or he'll just be around me a little bit more or a lot more than he normally is around me, just because they know. They can sense it. They have their sensors are stronger than ours.
Their senses are crazy.
So, but it is, so.
But I mean, of all the things, of all the days, it was just kind of shit. And then by Tuesday, I felt all that stress in my neck. I couldn't turn my fucking neck. It was like,
that's not good.
So I went to the chiropractor. I went to a massage therapist. But I finally feel like I didn't have appetite for coffee this week.
Yeah,
So, but I really appreciate everyone, coming into the comment section, sending me messages, sending me silly little reels on Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, please do, because I'm really trying to like beef up my my Instagram presence.
Mhm.
But I do want to settle this score. Did you kidnap the crows like the pigeons? You cannot capture a crow.
No.
There is absolutely no way. Pigeons are easy because they're fucking dumb.
Crows are smart. They
Crows
used to
are-
you can travel messages on crows, and crows can
Yeah.
crows are a little smarter than
So
the pigeons.
But I do want to shout out Clown over here. Clown was one of the people immediately that was, hey, got you, whatever you need. So thank you so much for your super chat. Positive vibes. But today's episode is definitely dedicated to Miss Ellie. A little Westie. If you don't know what a Westie is, where's my phone? I have no idea where my cell phone is. But Western York Westie. What is a Westie? West Highland White Terrier. So like the little white dogs with the little ears with the with the fur, all the things. So really great dog. So Zach over here letting us know it's National Ice Cream Sandwich Day.
Love an ice cream sandwich. I'm gonna
I know
have
that
one
we've
right after the
talked
show. I have
about.
some in my freezer.
I know that we've talked about ice cream sandwiches, but where's your favorite ice cream sandwich from?
I mean, listen, I'm a good old fashioned grocery store, good humor 12-pack of ice. I mean, that's the classic.
That's
ice cream
the classic,
sandwich to me.
yeah.
Is that that's the one you have when you're a kid and it just kind of sticks with you. I still think that's the best ice cream sandwich. Listen, if you can go to an ice cream place and they make homemade ones or homemade like Cookie Witch with the chocolate chip cookies are really good. But that's not an ice cream sandwich to me. An ice cream sandwich is the 2 chocolate thin with the vanilla. Now they have other versions there. We have mint chocolate chip ones, cookies and cream ones. There's other things you can do. I like a good old fashioned Neapolitan ice cream sandwich as well.
I love a Neapolitan. Ooh.
Yep. But I like the good old standard, just like I think it's Good Humor is like the old brand forever. But yeah, good old fashioned original regular ice cream sandwich is the look at some things you can make variations of things and they're delicious. But do you know what the best type of whoopie pie is? The regular whoopie pie with the white
whoopie pie.
Vanilla
Yeah.
You want to give me a peanut butter one? I'll devour that shit. You want to give me a pumpkin one? I'll devour that shit. But if you're asking me what the best kind is, it's the original kind.
Yeah.
There are different types of cookies that I love. I love an oatmeal chocolate chip. I like an oatmeal raisin. I like a molasses. There is no better cookie than a well-made, freshly baked chocolate chip cookie. There just isn't. There just isn't, guys. And it's just, sometimes the standard is the standard,
I feel like it became like a really interesting sensation the last couple of years where it's like crumble cookie came on the scene and then everyone has to do some great. But when I like that to me is more like cake. You know what I mean? Like it's a rich thing. Like I can't eat it all at once. But it's interesting that like everybody now has like a gourmet cookie when all I want is just a really good chocolate chip cookie.
Yeah. Because it's the best cookie.
I will tell you, surprisingly, Subway has a really good chocolate chip cookie. All of their cookies are great.
Yeah.
They have a great cookie. Panera has a really great cookie.
Panera's got quite a few good little bakery items.
Yeah. But the classic, I definitely agree that it's the Good Humor, or if you're poor like me, the Great Value from Walmart.
That's fine.
But it's just like the vanilla with the chocolate.
With the chocolate, that's just the standard classic regular, I would call regular classic ice cream sandwich. There's nothing better. And every time I have one, I can't help myself then spouting the line from Arrested Development when the father is in prison and Jason Bateman is going to visit him and he's eating an ice cream sandwich and he just goes, I am having a love affair with this ice cream sandwich. One of the all-time great lines in television history, and every time I'm eating an ice cream sandwich, I look at it and I just go, Oh, I'm having a love affair with this ice cream
Absolutely. I know that when I lived in New Jersey, there was an ice cream I guess you can get other things there. It's called Friendlies. Have you ever gone to
we have
Friendlies?
They're
Okay.
dwindling down. They're one of those things that were everywhere when I was a child that are now dwindling down. But I still have one like in the like 10 minutes away in the town that I. Yeah, so Friendlies still exist. They're not the same as they were.
They're not the same.
When you were a kid, you'd go there and you got a free ice cream sundae with your meal.
Well, I was about to say, as a kid, their ice cream sandwich, that was like, oh, you were good at church? Here you go.
They had, I don't know if they, now, are you talking about when you were out in these parts, or are you talking about anywhere?
So it's not on the West Coast.
Yeah, Friendlies is a New England thing, isn't it?
New England, New York. Well, not many in New York, I don't think. But mostly, well, look at this map. It's, all of New England, New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey.
Yeah. So it's basically like that and up. But yeah, and then in the grocery stores, and even there, they used to sell these little cups with ice, and there was like a Reese's peanut butter cup one, there was a Reese's Pieces one, there was a Heath one, there was just a regular hot fudge sundae one, and it was vanilla ice cream. And then on top of it, there was like, if you got the peanut butter cup one, right, there was half chocolate fudge and half peanut butter fudge, and it had like peanut butter cup crumbles. Oh my! And they were like back then they were $1, so today they would be like $8.50. But like they were $1 back then, and they were like little spoon. Oh god, they were the best.
I will tell you, per Wikipedia, Friendlies, the reason why the locations have closed, not just the global pandemic, but the co-founder Curtis Blake died in 2019 at the age of 102.
Yeah, I was gonna say Friendlies was around for a long time.
And
102, that's a good life.
Yeah. Good Lord. Presley Blake, the other co-founder, died in 2021 of 106.
Damn. What the hell genes did they have?
Well, it proves that ice cream will
you live forever. Make your... they say an apple a day keeps the doctor away.
Yeah.
Ice cream.
Yeah, ice cream makes you live longer. That's what I think. So I think that's why a lot of the locations have been dwindling, but there's still 105 locations from these. It
was everywhere though. It was in every town. Every town had it. When I was growing up in elementary school and through my early to mid-teens, every town in the area had a Friendlies. Like that was like a staple. The 99 was one of them. They're still around. Ton of 99s around here. But in Massachusetts, there was a Friendlies and there was a 99 in every town. Those are like the two chains that you had. And now there's still a bunch of 99s around New England. Kids eat free after the Red Sox win. So 99's been losing a lot of fucking money in July. A lot of fucking money in July. But the Friendlies locations, they're still out there. There's a couple within driving distance of me, but way. And then Dairy Queen also. Dairy Queen. Everywhere.
I mean, Dairy Queen's still going strong. I mean, they have...
Although a couple summers ago, they got rid of the cherry dip, and I swore them off, and they finally brought it back. How the fuck are you going to get rid of the cherry dip?
It's my favorite.
It's the best. It's the only dip to have.
I mean, when I'm in a butterscotch mood.
Yeah, live your best. I love butterscotch. Live your best life. Have whatever you want. I'm not judging you for your ice cream particulars. But like the cherry dip, superior to all the other dips. Superior.
I will tell you, my old apartment.
Dairy Queen staple, they got rid of it. I was like, I'm not going to you ever again. And it lasted less than a year. And they were like, oh, our bad.
Oh,
we're bringing it back. And I was like, no shit, you're bad.
So my old apartment, when I lived in Bothell, Washington, which guys had no idea that I lived right around the corner from Brian Alvarez until I ran into him.
All right.
At the grocery store.
He gets shit on a lot, but I like him. Anyway.
But like I lived around the corner from him for 6 fucking years.
Didn't even know.
I mean, I know that he like always says, from beautiful Bothell, Washington. I'm like, I also live in Bothell, Washington. Kind of crazy. Yeah. But there's a Dairy Queen right there. And I lived at the apartments literally right over from that.
I would have been there way too many times.
Well, during the summertime, my husband and I love to go for walks. Like we more romantic and stuff like that. But there would be a lot of times where we're just, why don't we just like walk over to Dairy Queen?
That would be my starter conversation every day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you want to go to Dairy Queen? I'll get a nice little small twist with a cherry dip.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
That's
then I'd get a little soft serve for the dogs because they deserve ice cream too.
Of course.
So
look, I know everybody loves the blizzards, and blizzards are delicious. I'm not going to sit here and say, but if I'm going to Dairy Queen, it's a small twist in a cone cherry dip. 1,000% of the time.
Absolutely.
Every single time. I don't get anything else. Not because other things aren't delicious on the menu, but that is, if I'm going to Dairy Queen, it is a very targeted order by me. And that is like, there is no, if we're going to another ice cream place, I have my favorite things from those places because we have a lot of ice cream shops within. I have like,
it seems like a very Massachusetts
yes
thing.
I have like 5 or 6 premier ice cream shops within a 15-20 minute ride, so we can just kind of go anywhere. And I have my favorites from those places, but I'll look at the menu and I'll ponder. If I'm going to Dairy Queen, there is no pondering. It is, I know what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting. And
so I will tell you, growing up in Paulsville, Washington, I just said the name of my hometown that I grew up. Okay. So Paulsville, Washington, right? In the middle of fucking nowhere, outside of this Navy town, across from our church was a Dairy Queen.
Oh.
And because I was one of those youths that my
went
parents
to church.
would my parents would drop me off. And then I would stay a little bit and then walk to the Dairy Queen.
Of course.
And then come back to church so I could get picked up.
You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
And let me tell you, the banana split blizzard.
Sounds good.
It's fantastic. It's fantastic.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
The ones around me stay open. The other ice cream shops, like the mom and pops, they close for the winter.
Yeah.
They all close for the winter. But the Dairy Queens, they stay open year round. Because like Dairy Queen, like you can go and get food. Like you can go get burgers.
Yeah.
You can go get like actual food in Dairy Queen too. I never have because like if I want a burger, I'll go elsewhere. I'll just go there for the ice cream after. But like you can go get combo meals and real food and all that stuff there.
I do like their burgers. I do like
I've heard nothing but good things.
Fingers.
I have never had real food from a Dairy Queen, but I've heard it's pretty decent to good. So
yeah, I'm a big advocate for Dairy Queen. I don't know why it's so good. It's just
look at it. Is what it is. Yeah.
But yeah, let us know in the comments what ice cream places you like to go to. I know that Mike is over here saying that anything with Reese's is perfection, and I absolutely agree. I need a blizzard. I get it.
So like the local places in the last couple years, they a new flavor that's kind of popped up on all the menus is like a blueberry pie.
Oh, ew.
And no. No. It is a vanilla ice cream with blueberries and pie crust pieces in it, and it is unbelievable. I get it with the chocolate sprinkles.
Okay.
And you get a little small guy in a cup with the chocolate sprinkles and a sugar cone on the side. Lovely. Also a huge fan of black raspberry ice cream. I love the black raspberry. Also with the chocolate jimmies.
Okay.
So I call them sprinkles. They're called that other name around here, but I think that is somewhat racist. I think there's a racial backstory to it. So I call them sprinkles, but they're called, our Truth used to have a little Jimmy. That's what they call them. Chocolate, plural of that name. And I'm like, I feel like
we can't say that.
But it's on the menus still, like around.
Oh.
Like, that's what it's rainbow sprinkles and chocolate. But I'm like, to me, that doesn't seem right. So I call them chocolate sprinkles.
But. So here in the Pacific Northwest, we have what's called Tillamook. It's a cream Tillamook.
Tillamook.
Yeah, it's named after a tribe.
Okay.
But it's in Oregon, and I have told my husband that I would like to go because it's on the Oregon coast, so it would be like a 6-hour drive for us. But there's a creamery. They make cheese. They make, cream cheese. They make ice cream.
I love cheese.
But when you mentioned different kind of fruit, they have one that has like blackberry. That's like they're blackberries from Oregon.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking. Yeah, so like it's like Maine blueberry, like it's like real blueberries that are in this blueberry pie thing.
Tillamook also makes great butter. Thank you so much, Clown. We exclusively use Tillamook cheeses. We use Tillamook butter in this house.
So is that like I'm trying to think of like Cabot. Cabot is a New England based, like Cabot cheese, Cabot butter.
Yeah,
is Tillamook is it strictly a Northwest?
Yeah, it's a Pacific
thing,
Northwest kind of thing. So,
okay, yeah.
But
also, speaking of the cherry dip, just one of the local places around here, I'll pop them out. They're called Carter's. They're great. They came out with a thing, and it's called Cherry Chip, and it's vanilla ice cream with cherry dip chunks in it.
Oh my god!
Yeah, because they don't do the dips, but they'll have like the dip chipped in. So instead of like a chocolate chip, it's a cherry chip, but it's with the cherry dips in there. You get that in a nice little cup with a cone. Oh, baby.
Well, I was going to say Tillamook does an ice cream that is Rainier cherries, which is like a specific kind of cherry around here, but it with like chunks of chocolate in it.
With so it's like cherry and chocolate.
Yeah, but it's like in like a more tart kind of taste.
It's not like the sweet cherry. It's like a real cherry. Yeah.
It is so good. It's so good. You guys know I love anything strawberry. I mean, hello, I have a strawberry tattoo.
Strawberry ice cream is probably my favorite type of like standard
cherry,
flavor
raspberry,
ice cream. Yeah.
Blackberry. That's my game. So
yeah.
Man, all of this ice cream talk, and I'm over here going, wow, maybe I'm gonna have ice cream for dinner tonight.
Yeah, why not?
See Peggy over here saying Tillamook cheese is amazing. I didn't even know it made its way over to Canada, but that makes sense.
Yeah, Canada makes I don't know. Yeah, I don't think we have that all the way over here. But if I found an area, I would go.
See, when people say things like Rainier cherries are a delicacy where I live, they're crazy expensive. I don't know I assume it's everywhere where you're just like on a back road and then you see like a tent and
like a little farm stand or a little
stand. Yeah. And I drive by one like almost every day. And it's specifically Rainier cherries, 2 pounds, $10.
That's not bad. Because cherries are expensive.
They are expensive, but every time I have gone, she gives me more than 2 pounds.
But if you find a little spot like that and you become a regular there and they know you, mom and pops are more likely to.
Yeah.
Oh, these people come here every week. Let's throw a little extra.
So literally, I'll see her. She knows who I am. She gives me basically like a full grocery bag full. I usually give her more than $10, and that's what we do. That's how we take care of our community.
Love it. See, I feel like even though you're in the Pacific Northwest and I'm in the Northeast, we have a lot of the same. Like you guys have really good seafood. We have really good seafood. You guys got farm stands. We got farms. Like it's completely
same.
It's the same, but just in different styles. You know what I mean? So, but we're a lot of the same.
Fonts. It's one end of I-90 to the other.
Yeah. OTM. We got the OTM people popping in the chat.
Hello,
welcome
friends.
Welcome in, friends. They are as well with our pal Pluggo. They are in Minnesota at the SummerSlam. I know we'll be diving into night 1 and talking about night 2 a little bit later, but they are there. They are there making all content, doing all cool things. A bunch of our pals are in the Minnesota land, right in the middle of us. They're in the middle of us.
When I looked at flights, see, this is also the thing that doesn't make sense to me, is when I look at flights, like a flight from Seattle to New York, for instance, is about $390, $450, okay? But for some reason, maybe because like I would have to like, stop somewhere or whatever, it was like $700.
Yeah. It's because there probably are no direct flights to get to Minnesota. So you had to go stop somewhere else and then take a second flight to that. Like, I almost feel like it's cheaper to go to if you're going to the bigger airports, it's cheaper than like, I'm not saying, I mean, Minnesota's a big city. I'm sure plenty of people fly into Minnesota on a weekly, daily basis, but it's like, there's a difference between me flying to LAX from here than flying to, you fly into LAX, you fly into JFK, you fly into Keith.
But a lot of the times, we're going into Chicago. So it's like, I have to stop in Chicago to go back. Like, that's nuts so bananas. But at the same time, it's like, I understand. But at the same time, I go, is there not a demand for that? I don't understand. Maybe someone else can tell me that's smarter than me. But that was kind of a big deterrent for me for wanting to go to SummerSlam. But I went to Redemption last weekend. I would have loved to, if I would have got approved for SummerSlam, I definitely would have thought about it and at least checked how much everything would cost. Because I would have had a fun time, especially with Pluggo, like doing the Between Two Beards stuff and things like that. But that's the only thing that, and again, I am forever grateful for all the opportunities that I'm given, but it's not like these are not free trips. You know what I mean? Like, yes, if you are lucky enough to be granted media for something, they take care of the tickets to the show, and you get to do, if you went this weekend, like Pluggo did the media junket yesterday, he's got another one going on right now or around now. He gets to go to the show. Apparently, one lawsuit gets thrown out, and apparently we do press conferences again, so that's cool. So great. So there's press conferences. I don't know if he was able to attend. I know it's certain select media members. I don't know, but like, you have to pay for your travel to get there. You have to pay for the place you're staying. You have to pay for all your food and drink and to live out there for 3-4 days. So it's not cheap, even though like you are media and you are getting some things that not everybody, it's still an expense. Like me, I luckily didn't have to fly to Montreal because it wasn't a far drive. So I chose to drive. So I saved a couple $100 on flights, but I still had to rent a hotel room for $500. Right. That's also the thing. It's
I still needed to eat and drink while I was there. I went to independent wrestling shows. Like one of them, I got in, not probably didn't pay as much as everybody, but see, like OTM is saying they're at $1,000. Now, personally, even though when we talk about SummerSlam, I think people are going to be shocked about how I felt about last night. In general, with the way I've been talking about WWE. Personally, to me, WWE hasn't earned that type of money out of my bank account this last calendar year for me to spend that much money on their product. Like, again, if I had media like Pluggo did, that's an opportunity. So, like, that's an opportunity to grow my brand, to grow, whatever site I'm going for. So that's a little bit different. But my hard-earned money to pay for the tickets, pay for all that stuff, I don't think WWE has earned my money yet. Although I will say last night, I did enjoy when we dive into it. But that's just how I feel about that. You know what I mean? Because even so, last night, even though it was still a great show, if I spent the amount of money that it probably took to be in that arena, and I'm still waiting 15 or 20 minutes in between every match because I got to watch fucking dumbass commercials or movie preview, that shit needs to stop. And it's not going to. We need to stop complaining about it, probably more than still talking about it, because it's just the way it is now. But that's not worth my money. That's not worth my money. Watching it on TV was one thing. And again, I thought the show was actually good. But, it is what it is.
It's interesting to me because, OTM has mentioned that they've already spent $1,000. I spent about that going to AW All In.
But that was complaining about, you got 6 hours worth of wrestling with no filler, just match.
Right.
And, so it's just different.
It's a different thing. But yeah, it does cost money. I mean, not only the flight, not only the um the hotel or Airbnb or whatever you're doing to make sure that you have a safe place to stay. Also, to mention, car rentals are not cheap.
You're either renting a car that's not cheap, or you're taking Ubers or taxis or whatever, and those aren't cheap either. So
Those
like
aren't.
there is an element of, dude, if things weren't that way, I would go to every fucking pay-per-view I could.
Well, that's the thing. Is like I don't understand how some people are able to go to every single freaking one.
Yeah, and like, are you kidding me? Do you think that if I was able to go to SummerSlam, this would be another pre-record because my ass would be in Minnesota right now?
Yeah, but
100%.
It's the thing of like, oh well, you get free tickets to go places. I'm gonna tell you, the ticket is the least expensive.
The least expensive thing. I could spend $25 and sit in the last row. I wouldn't be able to see shit, but I could get in there if I wanted to and not spend. But like, so like the ticket part of it, like, yes, of course, that is saving money that the regular fan doesn't get to, and that's a luxury and something that like I cherish every time I'm given the opportunity. But at the same time, that is the least amount of I would, if they gave me the opportunity, I would tell them, hey, I'll pay for the ticket. Why don't you cover my hotel?
Can you cover my hotel?
You want to cover my hotel and flight? That's cool. I'll pay for the ticket. I don't care.
Let me choose where I want to sit. If I'm gonna,
please.
No. I'm forever grateful for every media opportunity that I've gotten, every invite to places that I've gotten,
of course,
because I don't take it for granted. This does come with a luxury, and I'm not saying all this stuff because, it's woe was me for,
I do have FOMO though. I do feel FOMO.
I feel FOMO.
I see Kimmy's out there at WrestleCon, and you see Wheezy and Pluggo, and they're meeting up with all like pals that have been on Beards, pals that we are all friends with. They're all out there.
I would love to be there with them.
Yeah, like Emily May, who I love, who I only have met 3 or 4 times in person, but like we hang out all the time when we're at media stuff together. She's kind of been like a godsend to Pluggo and I. She definitely held our hands for the weekends, like leading us through everything our first couple times. And like, I love her. She's great, but I don't get to see her at all unless I go to these type of shows.
Unless we go to the shows. Yeah.
So like seeing her, seeing Minnie Portable, Wheezy, Malcolm, like all these people that I'm friendly with and friends with, like I would love to. I have FOMO when I see all that stuff. They're all making bad at Pluggo's been doing great shit. He's been blowing up on Instagram with his little things he's been doing. Like, go follow him, by the way. Pluggo
please go follow Pluggo. I think. Can I tell you, it makes me want to do more content.
That's what I'm saying.
See a fucking Pluggo video.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like if I could do this way more often, I definitely would. But it does come with the price, and it we do have bills to pay, and like these things don't. Like they're great opportunities that you hope lead to situations.
We're obviously not in this for the money. That's the thing.
No, if you get into media, let alone pro wrestling media, at least for the first while, sometimes ever, like you're not getting in this for the money. You're getting in it because you love wrestling and you love talking about things with certain people, and that's why you're getting into it. So, with that being said, send those super chats. So. I don't have to go back to work after vacation tomorrow for the first time in 9 days and want to drive off a cliff.
So can I ask? I mean, you did go to AEW Redemption. Tell us about your experience. Was the crowd actually as quiet as they said?
I saw this on social media a lot, and I even had a couple friends like text me during the show saying like, "Oh, it's really quiet." It didn't feel quiet in the arena. With that being said, I mean, I do think there are. Okay. This is a. All right. I don't think it was a top AEW pay-per-view. I don't. Okay. And now, was it a good show? Yes, it was. Was it a good pay-per-view? Yes, it was. If this was a pay-per-view of the other company, it would have been their best show of the year. It would have been their best show of the year by leaps and bounds.
Okay.
It would have been. But I think because AEW has a reputation for such strong pay-per-views, that this is graded on a massive curve. And was it one of the weaker pay-per-views in their existence? I would say yes, it was. But I still thought it was a B to B plus pay-per-view, and that is a lot better than 85 to 90% of the wrestling we watch on a regular basis. So the people, and again, there's always going to be those people that just like to shit on AEW and like to, those people exist. We know who they are. They don't deserve to be named on this show, but we know who they are.
Absolutely.
And those people are going to be those people, and their audience are going to be those people. They can't think a normal thought for themselves to they can't come up with a normal thought. They have to just listen to what these losers say, and that is their opinion, because God forbid they come up with one on their own. Those people exist. Those people exist, and they're always going to exist.
Wow, shots fired here.
I just think people, and again, I have said openly that AEW has been my preferred product for the last year and a half. So call me whatever you want to call me. Trust me, I don't give a shit what you say. But with that being said, I think per usual, there are some opinions that were critical about it that I respect and I will listen and I take wholeheartedly. And then there are certain opinions from certain people you say, and I go, that doesn't mean shit to me. That doesn't mean shit to me because you have the same opinion every single time.
Sure.
And it's just, again, with that being said, in the history of their company, it did feel like maybe the most fillerish pay-per-view. And Peggy's right. Aphelia's right. The plan card did change a lot due to injuries, there were things happening that affected, because in my opinion, Kenny Omega should have been winning the world title last Sunday, which I think is a very different moment than him just retaining against Kevin Knight, even though I think we all know Kevin Knight's a main event star. That match kind of solidified him in that era and realm of the company.
Sure.
To me, Speedball Mike Bailey, who had a great moment on that show and deserved everything that he got on that show, he probably should have been beating Kevin Knight for the TNT title at that show.
I agree.
And then Kenny Omega should have been beating MJF for the world title at that show. And I feel like if those two moments happen, we are feeling completely different about that show. Because imagine Kenny wins the world title, and then everything after that match happens right after Kenny wins the world title. Death Riders come out, they attack, Will comes out, saves them, breaks away from the Death Riders, and then Kenny, freshly after winning the world title, drops Ospreay like he did. That's a different scenario to me than same outcome, but a different feeling to the scenario.
Yeah.
If those moments are a smidge different. With that being said, again, thought it was a super strong show. I loved Willow Night. You know how I feel about Tekla. But also, from what I understand and from what we know and from what I've been told by people in the know, the plan for All In always was Willow and Mercedes. But Mercedes was supposed to be the champion going into All In. But because of injuries and absences, the Willow injury basically ruined it, because Willow was supposed to win the Owen.
Right.
Willow was supposed to win the Owen and then be challenging a champion Mercedes, who I assume would have won the title last Sunday against Tekla at Redemption. But Willow got hurt. You can't control that. That's nobody's fault. Willow gets hurt. So they do the thing where they're like, okay, well, fuck it.
They did the same equation, but just backwards, right?
Correct. And it's, again, nobody's fault. It's an injury. You can't control that. It is what it is. So things were different, and I think the show probably would have been a little bit different had there were no circumstances. But it's wrestling, baby. Card subject to change. People get hurt. It stinks. We saw an injury on SummerSlam last night that stinks after a major heel turn. It looks like one of the people that turned heel isn't going to be around because their shoulder was fucking falling out. Like, that stinks for Brie. But, like, shit happens, man. You got to roll with it, and I thought they still gave us an above-average pay-per-view. I just think with the quality of pay-per-views we're used to, it's a tough curve.
Yeah.
It's a tough curve.
I do find it interesting because I agree with everything that you said. Not that that's the interesting thing. I always do find it interesting because there's a ceiling of expectation for all AEW pay-per-views because every show can't be the best show of the year. You know what I mean?
Correct.
And
but they've gone, but the ceiling is really high.
The ceiling is so high.
Really high because for the last, for the better part of this year, I feel like we've gone into even the pay-per-views where we've been like iffy on the build. I feel like Dynasty, we were like, oh, Dynasty looks like it's going to be all right. One of the best shows of the year. Then we went into Double or Nothing, which is a bigger show. You expect it to be great. It was. Then Forbidden Door, I remember us talking and being like, this is like the least Forbidden Door-y Forbidden. And it was one of the best shows of the year. It was still
great. Yeah.
It was incredible. And it's just like, all right. And then I think we kind of all had that feeling here, like, oh, this is kind of like there's a lack of star power here. There's really no MJF, no Swerve, no Hangman, no Mercedes. There was very much a lack of star power. And this felt like the first pay-per-view that the worries that we had about lack of star power, lack of an actual build, it actually kind of came to fruition a little bit during the show.
Yeah.
But the experience of going was awesome. I mean, thank you to AEW for allowing me to go. That's the first time I'd done a pay-per-view media for them. Got in on Saturday. I met up with Joel Pearl, Fightful's own Joel Pearl. I hung around with him most of the weekend. Lawrence, who's in the chat, and Zach of Love Wrestling. We were kind of the quartet hanging out most of the weekend. Saturday night, I got to go to Mystery Wrestling, Evil Uno's company there. That was a really, really fun show. Orange Cassidy showed up unannounced at that show and had a match. The Death Riders, Wheeler Yuta and Daniel Garcia, showed up unannounced and had a really good match against a really good independent team called Fresh Air, which if you don't know about them, Junior Benito, you check them out. Very good. The former Johnny Nitro, John Morrison, who was going by the name Johnny Mystery. He won the world title in the main event. He won the world title. Yeah, there was a really good three-way match. I'm sorry, 6-person match with 3 dudes taking on Kristara and 3 ladies. That was a badass hardcore match. That was really Mystery Wrestling. That was a good show. So that was Saturday night. And then Sunday afternoon, I was also able to attend Orange Crush. They're an independent company. They do most of their shows out of New York. Very, very good. They had an afternoon show, a 1:00 in the afternoon show on Sunday. And I went to that as well. That also had that Fresh Air on it. Evil Uno and Stu Grayson fought on that show. Ooh. Mance Warner fought on that show. Hazuki fought on that show, which was awesome to see her live. Jonathan Gresham was in the main event of that show. That was a good show. Yeah. So I got to see 2 good independent wrestling shows on the weekend. Then obviously they gave us great seats for Redemption. Got to go to the press conference. I got to ask Mike Ball, Mike Bailey. Got to ask Mike Ball Bailey. I got to ask Speedball Mike Bailey a question, which was cool. I've had the privilege of meeting him a few times. A sweetheart of a person there. They are. So yeah, it was a great experience. Got to hang out with some cool people. I met a couple media people that I know, but I haven't got to meet. So I got to meet them for the first time, which was really cool. Yeah, it was a good time, man. It was a good time, good weekend. Had a nice ride home through the sticks of Vermont that Noah Khan sings about. I drove right through that shit on the way home. Holy crap. I was looking at some houses and I was like, they're definitely related.
Yeah.
My God. Buddy. Holy moly.
Hey, buddy.
But yeah, no, but it was good. It was a good time. So.
Here, buddy.
Oh, we got a dog. We got a dog.
Yeah, he's trying to get up. Oh, hi. You wanna say hi to people?
Oh, he looks scared. Okay.
You say it into the mic.
No, he's chilling. Stage fright. It happens.
He's a white young man. He just thinks that he needs a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah. You telling people your stories?
He's like, yeah.
Do you have something to say? Okay.
All right. Sorry, buddy. You blew your chance. You got to get out of here.
Sorry.
You are a cutie, though. You are a cutie. For what it's worth. He's like, you're not putting me down. He's like, you're not putting me down. You're not putting me down. I don't want to get put down. Nope. I don't want to go back on the floor. He's like, I don't want to go back on the floor. He's like, nope. Nope. Nope.
Bud.
He's like, nope.
You're
I like it up here.
My mic. Okay, like, you can sit right here. You can. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's all right. He's making it work.
Yeah, very proud of you. Thank you for representing us. Thank you for doing the damn thing.
Yeah, it was good. Joel let me tag along and be his cameraman as he was doing some stuff, so I got some early access to shows and things of that nature, and I got to hang around Mystery afterwards and kind of meet some of the talent, as they say, and kind of chat and be cool. And then at Orange Crush, we were allowed to get there like way early, so like I got to meet Filthy Tom Lawler was there on commentary with Caprice Coleman. So I got to meet both of them and shake their hands and chat with them for a few minutes. Met a couple. Yeah, it was cool. Got to meet Eva Luno, say hi to him. Yeah, it was a good time.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it so much. See, those are like the experiences, you can't put a dollar amount on that.
No.
No.
And just like walking out of the arena after the press conference, it's like 2 a.m. and you're walking out of the arena. And it's like me, Joel, there's the two guys from the Poison Rana podcast, which is a great podcast. Somebody from the Observer, like you just got all these people, and you're like, all right, like these are like known people in the space, like more known than me. I'm like a small potato, and so it's like
small potatoes make French fries. So
of course, but it's like you're surrounded by those people, and it makes you, like you said a little bit earlier, it makes you want to do more.
Mm-hmm.
Like I see those people and and he's like, oh yeah, we're going out to Minnesota next weekend and blah, blah. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why can't I be going out to Minnesota next weekend? Like how do I get to a space where this is just a commonplace? Like there's a pay-per-view going. All right, I'm traveling to go to it.
All right.
And I'm going to do media
for us to sell feet pics.
I mean, all right, I'll show some cleave. Do I need to start wearing some V-necks? What do I got to be doing?
Listen, we can do Coast to Coast After Dark.
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'll do whatever it takes.
Okay, my buddy. Is this okay? Is this what you needed? Okay. All right.
We haven't even gotten. I know we usually start the show by talking baseball.
I know.
The baseball world is on fire today after the trade that happened last night.
So what the fuck happened?
After my Red Sox beat the Dodgers for the second straight night and they hit the panic button. Because the Red Sox just beat everybody now.
Yeah.
Red Sox
kind of crazy.
Yeah. Red Sox in July, the Red Sox were 24-3 in July.
24?
24-3. They were 14 games under 500. They are now 8 games over 500 in a month. They made that switch.
And
they're insane.
And to think that them during spring, they were doing...
I was on here less than a month ago saying they were the worst baseball team of my life. And I meant every second of it. They were the worst worst Red Sox team of my life. And now I don't think I've enjoyed watching a baseball team more in the last handful of years. Well, he snapped at you there. He went after you there.
No, he wants me to kiss him.
He's like, do it again.
He's playing, yeah.
Yeah. But
if he wanted to eat my face, he could.
They are playing at a level that is just insane. But yes, so have a 3-game set against the Dodgers. The Dodgers are obviously the best team in baseball. They have the best record, back-to-back World Series champs, a fucking all-star team. Mm-hmm. We beat them pretty handily, 9-4 on Friday. Last night, we beat them 3-2 in the late innings. Beat them again. If we beat them tonight, we sweep them, but we've already secured the series victory. The Red Sox have won 8 series in a row. And then right after the game, within an hour after the game, Jeff Passan, who's the main ESPN baseball guy, he goes that the Los Angeles Dodgers have traded for Tarek Skubal, the back-to-back Cy Young winner from the Detroit Tigers, who's going to be a free agent, who Detroit is not going to sign. They traded him to the Dodgers. So the Dodgers just add the best pitcher in baseball to their already best rotation in baseball. The fuck? Now, again, I say that I am not, because this has layers to it as well. Okay? Because that happens, and then you have half the baseball world comes out and they go, oh, fucking Dodgers this, Dodgers that, they're ruining baseball. There's going to be no baseball next year because of the Dodgers. They need a salary cap. They need all this. They need all that. Mind you, now, and I agree with Scott, when you saw the return of what the Tigers were getting, every other team in baseball could have offered a better trade to the Tigers than that. Every other team. So these people, and I'm not trying to defend the Dodgers, because first of all, baseball is much better when there is a villain, and the Dodgers are the fucking villain, guys. They are the villain.
Does this automatically put them in the World Series, though?
I mean, they've been automatically in it the back-to-back champs without him. So you add a guy of that caliber, because what's going to happen is Shohei Ohtani, who, by the way, has an ERA like slightly above 1 as a pitcher this year. He's been insane. Mm-hmm. He's got a bad knee, so I don't think he's going to pitch anymore. I think they're just going to have him DH and hit. So Schoolball's just going to kind of slide in to his rotation spot. That's what I think. But either way, the Tigers didn't even get a top 10 prospect in return. They got like a top 20, top 25 guy and 2 young arms that are not bad prospects, but they didn't get like some like, holy crap, they got 2 top 10 prospects and this big massive deal. Now, part of that is because it is a rental, because he's technically a free agent at the end of the year. So you're not going to get, even though he's a great pitcher, you're not going to give up your top guys for a guy that might not be on your team in 6 months. So I get that.
Right.
But at the same time, again, when these trades happen, just like when the Dodgers signed Justin Tucker for $60 million, Kyle Tucker, I'm sorry, for $60 million in the offseason, everybody comes out and they attack the Dodgers. They're ruining baseball. They're doing this. No, they're not. They're not ruining baseball. They are showing you that they are willing to spend and give up assets to win more than every other team. Your team could have done what the Dodgers did. I guarantee you. Every Major League Baseball team is owned by a billionaire. They can spend as much money as the Dodgers want to spend. They just choose not to. The owners there's going to be no baseball next year because the owners want a salary cap. And the owners don't want a salary cap to save the game of baseball. The owners want a salary cap because the Dodgers embarrass them and make them look bad. Because and even the Mets do it in a terrible way because the Mets are trash, but they spend a ton of money. But the Dodgers and Mets, the way they spend money, make all the other owners look bad because they don't want to spend money. So the owners want a salary cap, and they're going to play it off as it's best for baseball, when in reality, it's best for their fucking bank accounts. And that's the only reason they want it.
It's not like they're not making hand over fist.
These are billionaires making hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars every year with the revenue sharing, the team revenue. They make hand over fist money. And you got dudes that own the Cincinnati Reds, that own the Tampa Bay Rays, that own the Pittsburgh Pirates, that own all these teams that refuse to spend money when they absolutely can spend money like the Dodgers spend money. They just don't. And everybody comes out and blames the Dodgers and says it's the Now, again, I love being a villain. I don't want the Dodgers to win. This is the Yankees of the 90s, guys. That's what the Yankees did in the 90s.
Yankees in the
they
90s.
Overpaid and they bought and they traded for everybody. And it was the same thing. And again, I'm a Red Sox fan. I fucking hate the Yankees. But people attacked the Yankees back then, including me and my Red Sox fans. We attacked the Yankees, the big bad Yankees. They always pay for the, but they were doing it when nobody else wanted to do it. They were doing it when nobody else wanted to do it, and everybody got their pitchforks out and wanted to attack the Yankees, when in reality, you should be attacking your own owners who are cheap fucks that won't do what they're doing. And now the game is even more rich. Every team makes even more money back. Steinbrenner was the richest guy of them all back then. So that's why he did that.
Oh my God.
Okay. Remember him? What a villain he was. He was awesome.
Can I just
hated him, but he was awesome for baseball.
So my dad used to have a dartboard.
Yeah. And he would throw the darts at Steinbrenner. That piece of shit. R.I.P. I don't mean to talk ill of the dead, but he was
but still.
But he was great. But he was great for baseball. He was great for baseball. To have that guy.
He was the devil himself.
Oh, he was great for baseball.
But
now you got, like, again, there's going to be no baseball next year, which is just heartbreaking to think about. But just remember, when we're all getting angry at the players, Because that's what will happen. Everybody will call the players This is my favorite thing that happens in all of sports when it's a lockout, is you have, in any sport, you have the billionaire owners, and don't get me wrong, these athletes get paid way, way, way too much money for playing games. I get that, but it's just the nature of what the business is, guys. They have lockouts because the billionaire owners want to keep more money for themselves and not pay the players, or they want to limit the salary of the players that make all the money for the owners. And the players usually say, fuck you. We are going to get as much money as we can, which, again, I understand we're talking about millionaires and billionaires, so it's kind of like fuck them all kind of thing. But this is at its level, This is the everyday guy with a union fighting the big corporation.
Yeah.
It's just at a higher scale because they're all rich. But that is what this is. And the amount of fans that always side with the owners makes no fucking sense to me. And I just sit here, I go, what? I go, how are we siding with the billionaires making the billions because they don't want to pay? Granted, I understand the millionaires. I get it. But they don't want to pay the little guy what they deserve for making the money for the big guys. It's the same shit when I go to
because they're not putting their body out on the line. They're not, the ones that are literally. I mean, how much money did Ortiz make the Boston Red Sox for how long he was doing it? And
billions.
He was running on stumps of toes.
Yes, billions of dollars. Now again, these guys are all rich. If they're smart with their money, they're not going to have to, their families are set up for generations, some of these players, okay? But, like, what are we talking about? I can't stand the Dodgers ruin baseball. No, I would make a strong argument that the owner of the Pirates, the Reds, the Mariners, all these guys, how does the Milwaukee Brewers, who you're one of the best teams in the National League. The Dodgers are what are preventing you from getting to the World Series every year. You have the best farm system in the league. You could have easily got Tariq Skubal to add to your rotation to push the Dodgers and maybe get to the World Series. And you went, nah, I'm not going to give up. The Dodgers' best guy is like a top 25 guy. Like Syer Hope should be a good player, but he's a top 25 guy. The Brewers could have outdone that deal, and almost every other team could have outdone that deal.
Yeah.
They just chose not to because they knew in the offseason they weren't going to be able to pay. Well, no, I'm not going to say weren't. They would choose not to pay Tariq Skubal. It's a joke. It's a joke.
Can I tell you something?
Yes.
I just saw online my least favorite pitcher from the Mariners.
Castillo?
Yeah. Bye. Goodbye.
Wait, he got traded?
Yeah.
Who?
The White Sox.
Oh, that's a good
Chicago
deal for
White
them.
Sox are acquiring Castillo.
Oh, that's a good deal.
For Sir Anthony Dominguez.
Yeah, Sir Anthony Dominguez.
Outfielder Nolan Jones and a catching prospect, Boston Smith, which is interesting catching.
Well, Kyle Keel, we gave the White Sox. No, wait, the Mariners. Oh, because Cal Rowley's falling off.
Yeah, because Cal Rowley
He should just be your DH, right? You make him the DH. He doesn't have to play the field. Yeah, because the money you get out of him is him hitting bombs.
Yeah,
and he's going to be a lot more healthy and a lot more upright if he doesn't have to catch 130 games.
Yeah,
that's a big deal for the White Sox. Notoriously,
the White Sox are getting a shit pitcher.
Owner. Here's the thing, though. He's not really he's had a rough year for you guys, but he's been good for Castillo. But that's a move 3 or 4 years ago. The White Sox don't make. They usually give away. Like they traded Chris Sale, they traded Garrett Crochet, both to the Red Sox. Thank you. But that's usually they trade those guys for them to be willing to give up some good young players. Dominguez is a steady reliever for you guys, so he'll help the bullpen. And then Nolan Jones is a good young outfielder. Yeah,
which I think we need to kind of. I think we need some shuffling out in the outfield. But Castillo is 3 for 9.
Yeah, but I don't. Okay, so here's
this
my thing.
season.
I don't wins and losses. I don't hold a lot of weight.
He's blown so many fucking so many fucking games.
That's fair. That's fair. What's his ERA at? Is it in front of you?
5.6.
Okay, that's terrible. That's terrible. That's terrible. Yeah. See, wins and losses though. Like, here's my thing. Do you know how many pitchers leave the game winning and then the bullpen fucking blows it and they don't get a win?
So many times.
Yeah. So happens. With starting pitchers, when people give me like their win-loss record, I always am kind of like, all right, I get it, but like, how many of those? Now a 5.6 ERA, that's fucking trash.
That's bad.
Dude, that's bad. There's no getting around that. But wins and losses, especially with starting pitchers, I kind of look at with a grain of salt because, like, how many of them were affected by other people? You know what I mean? Like, this guy pitches 6 2/3 inning. He's winning 2-1.
Right.
There's 2 guys on, and you bring the bullpen out, and the bullpen gives up those 2 runs, and technically that starting pitcher gets a loss when ideally he wasn't really losing when he came out of the game, you know? Like, I think that's kind of, but we'll see. The trade deadline is tomorrow. The trade deadline is tomorrow at 4 p.m. The Red Sox, again, the interest kings they've been the last 2 or 3 years, but it feels like this year more than any other year of the last 5, it feels like the Red Sox are actually going to try to do something. Now, they made an early trade last week. They traded Connolly early for Curtis Mead. And then his second at bat, he got hit by a pitch in the wrist and broke his wrist, and he's out the rest of the game.
Oh my God.
So horrific luck. That's nobody's fault. That's just horrific luck. But I feel like that because that happened, we need to do something because this team has proven that they are worth investing in. They've beaten literally the best teams in baseball for the last month. So
Mr.
we'll
Archer,
see. But it should be an exciting trade deadline, I hope.
Let's hope.
We'll see.
I don't know. I've lost sight of the Mariners. I do have to say some bullshit about when you're depressed, nothing matters. That sounds really terrible. But the Mariners have like sloughed into they were leading the AL West, and they've just slid into mediocrity. They're 3 games behind the Astros.
Yeah, the Astros were fucking terrible the first month and a half of the season, and they're fucking winning that division.
And then winning, and just the Mariners just have lost their luster. And
but that's that's a good trade.
We're going in August. We're in August.
Yeah. That to me, I know you have the younger starting core that Castillo was probably the worst of the bunch. But that to me is a move you can make with not really hampering the major league squad. Yeah. And kind of improving for the future. And I think Dominguez was the closer for the White Sox. So I think you got because Munoz is still the closer for you guys and he's still good. So now you got a good 8th inning guy where the back of your bullpen is now strong for 2 innings. So now if you have your young, I think you need to make a move for a bat. Would be my
because unfortunately Josh Naylor is not doing it for us.
He's not doing it. Rally's not doing great. Julio is having like an off year. Like you guys are just having a bunch of off years. So you still have a talented team, but I don't know. We'll see.
That's the thing. I think that every team, whether or not you think so or not, all have great people on the team. It's a team.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I don't think the Mariners are playing team baseball. I think they're playing weird. So hopefully they get their mojo back. I mean, the A's and the Angels are permanently at that bottom part. So we could do a wild card situation. Do I want to be in the wild card situation? No. But we're 3 games behind. We'll see what happens. So
we'll see.
The American League is bad. However, when you look at the National League, money mark, it's interesting looking at the standings and like the Braves, the Brewers, the Dodgers are all leading their divisions in the National League. And the games behind is like 8, 7, 10. Like they've clearly, like, it's showing that they have a clear winner who's going to be in it. So
we'll see.
We'll see what happens, y'all. We'll see.
We'll see. I would like the Red Sox to really make a splash and get a premier bat, but I don't know who they're willing. We have our top prospect. His name is Franklin Arias. He's really good. Shortstop.
Franklin. That's
Franklin
so
Arias.
cute.
And he's really good. They just moved him up to AAA like 2 weeks ago. And in his first game, he hit a home run. He has like 4 or 5 home runs. He's been the leadoff guy down there, like automatically the first, like the best player on the team upon arrival. Today, the minor league doesn't play on Mondays, so they're all off tomorrow for the trade deadline, but he's mysteriously out of the lineup today.
Interesting.
But I don't think they trade that caliber of guy for anybody. I think they only trade that guy if we're getting like a
top guy.
There's been a lot of rumors about CJ Abrams down the Washington Nationals shortstop. I even think that's not a good. I like Abrams a lot. I would love him to be added to the team. I even think that that's not good enough a guy to trade Arias for. Like, I'm only trading Arias for like Bobby Witt Jr. like for the Royals. Now they're not going to trade him because they're building a new stadium, so they're not going to trade him for anybody. But like, I really only trade. No, I wouldn't trade Arias for Ellie. Sorry, wouldn't do it. I would trade other people. I would trade Tolley, who I love, but I would trade Tolley. I would trade Bennett. I would trade, the only guy I'm trading Roman Anthony or Franklin Arias for is Bobby Witt. Ellie to me is a stud, and I love Ellie, and he automatically would be the best offensive player in the lineup. But he has deficiencies in his game that I would not trade Arias for.
Deficiencies.
Yeah, he's not a good fielder. He's not a good fielder at all. But again, I wouldn't trade Roman Anthony for Ellie. If you wanted to throw Arias in a deal for Ellie, let me see the whole deal. I would probably do it. But there's been talks about would you trade Roman Anthony, and the only guy I would trade Roman Anthony for is Bobby Witt Jr. And they're not going to trade Bobby Witt Jr. But that guy would be if I had a genie pop up and go, you can get one guy on the Red Sox right now, I would pick Bobby Witt Jr. That would be the guy. Skeens, you could maybe, but Skeens is great, but he's, ZRA is almost 4 this year. I understand his ERA has been under 2 every other year he's been in the league. So I think it's just he could be having a bad year. Plus, how excited are you to play for the fucking Pittsburgh Pirates? But I like the Pirates. They're the only team in Pittsburgh I do like, but their owner's a dog shit. He's dog shit. Cheap fuck. He needs to be out of the league. He's terrible. He's one of those owners that I was talking about when we were talking about the Dodgers 5 minutes ago. Like he's one of the reasons why there's going to be a lockout, not the guy that's willing to win in Los Angeles. But yeah. But we'll see. 24 hours trade deadline time is fun. The Red Sox are even off tomorrow. I think the whole league should be off tomorrow. They're not. But to me, trade deadline day, that should just be a national off day for the whole league, and you're just fucking wheeling and dealing. Everybody's on the phones making deals, no games. But we'll see. It should be exciting. I hope the Red Sox do something.
Well, it's almost baseball season, y'all. I mean, it's almost playoff season, y'all.
I was sitting here 6 weeks ago being like, I cannot believe baseball is not going to matter at all to me all summer because this team is the dribble, as Bret Hart says, the drizzling shits. And then all of a sudden in a month, it was like, oh, we're arguably the best team in the American League. Okay. What? Huh?
Crazy.
Kind of unbelievable. And at least now the summer matters. I still don't think, again, we get a premier bat. You can convince me, but we're not a World Series contender at all. I'm not getting crazy over here.
Yeah, I'm not.
But we should absolutely be in the playoffs now. Absolutely. And with that pitching staff, you get in, you pitch well, you never know. But we haven't, and this is the last thing because we do need to talk about wrestling. But like, the crazy thing is, it's not, we're 24-3, right? We're not playing the shitheads of the league. We beat the Chicago White Sox. We beat the Tampa Bay Rays. We beat the New York Yankees. We've beaten the Dodgers. We've beaten good. We've been doing this against all good to great teams. So it's pretty crazy, but we'll see.
Crazy. Well, Shall we talk about wrestling?
You want to talk about Bret Hart? You want to talk about the SummerSlam? Night
Before
one?
we talk about that, can I just say, so we mentioned AEW Redemption. You mentioned that the Dynamite this week was probably one of the best Dynamites ever.
You can make an argument it was the best post pay-per-view Dynamite they've ever had, in my opinion. That crowd in Detroit, holy shit, man.
They should have more things happen in Detroit. Why are we not?
That crowd was hot.
More.
That crowd was hot, man. That was a fabulous crowd, and they got a great show, which obviously helps. If you got a hot crowd, and then you give them a hot show too, like holy moly, man. But that was really good. It was an excellent episode of Dynamite. A lot of talking segments on Dynamite. Like, I'm being honest, the matches were great. The matches were great on Dynamite, but they had 3 major talking segments. They had the sit down between Copeland, Christian, and the Bucks, which was backstage or like filmed, was excellent. They had the championship celebration for Willow, which was excellent. And then it turned into the face-to-face with her and Mercedes, which was unbelievable. I thought it was the best segment on the show with her and Mercedes. That crowd was fucking liquid hot for that segment.
Yeah.
And then the closing talking segment face-to-face with Ospreay and Omega was also terrific. So it just felt like we were officially like, Redemption was behind us. We have 30 days to All In. Here we fucking go. And they just ramped up these matches, these 3 big matches that they already had booked. And I thought every segment I thought was strong. The Willow and Mercedes segment, holy moly, man. That shit was unbelievable.
Absolutely.
And I love Willow. I know you love Willow. We all love Willow. I was very steadfast that I thought Tekla should have won that match at that pay-per-view, because I thought Tekla deserved to be in that title match at All In.
Yeah, we've talked about that.
But once I saw that segment on Wednesday, I was like, okay. Not that I had to be convinced that match is going to be great. But, like, you know what I mean? But I was like, okay. Like, that segment was fucking unbelievable. And I sit here and I go, if it wasn't Wembley and Ospreay, that match should main event this show. Willow and Mercedes. That's how I feel. If it wasn't Omega and Ospreay and it wasn't Wembley specifically with Ospreay, I could make a strong argument that Mercedes and Willow, from that segment alone. Yeah, well, Mike, Mercedes is the perfect heel, and Willow is the best pure babyface in that company. And the beginning of that segment was the championship celebration, and the flowers that she got, she deserved every fucking second of it. Yeah. Every second of it. And you could tell she was emotional. She talked about, she had talked about depression in an interview, and at the press conference, she talked about it. And she put over her mom. She said, my mom got me out of it. She sat me down and she said, you got 2 options. You either fight against it or you let it control you. And she said, mom was there. She put her mom over. Her mom got a chant from the crowd. It was just and then she looked dead in the camera and she said, hey, anybody that's out there, if life is kicking you around, just keep going, dude. Just keep going. Because sometimes the comeback is better than the dream. And I just thought it was like, it just hit all the check marks to me. And it was real, and it was authentic, and it was another reason why we fucking love that woman.
Why we love her. And why she's our champion.
Yes, and it was just perfect. And then you had Mercedes come out, and it was like, there was just vitriol because of their history right from the beginning. And Mercedes is like, I'm not trying to ruin this segment for you, but sign the fucking contract. I'm not messing around. Sign the contract. And then Willow kind of signs it on her, like she puts it against her chest, and then Mercedes shoves it in her face and is like grabbing at her mouth. Oh, it was so good, man. It was so good. That was a great segment.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that AEW doesn't miss when they choose who is going to be their women's world champion. But I'm very confused of who's going to win at Wembley now.
I am too. Confused. I thought it was for, like, I feel about Will still. I thought it was like, oh, this is Mercedes, 100% Mercedes. But now I'm like, I'm not Willow beat her and Mercedes continue. Like, it feels, because here's my thing, and I know they got around it because of injuries and all that stuff. I don't want I feel the same way about Willow winning the title than I do Sammy. I don't want Willow to have one quick reign and that's her first title reign.
Right.
Like Willow needs to. That's almost why I almost wanted, I think I talked about it. I wanted like Mercedes to like cost Willow or something. So it was Willow and Mercedes and Tekla. Mercedes wins, and then you build to Willow getting back to Mercedes, and that first title win
triple
is
threat.
Giant. Yeah, but they went the other route, which is great. Like Willow's way more than deserving of being like she's fucking awesome. But I don't want her to just hold the belt for 30 days. Like I don't want that. Like I feel like that would be. This is a different time. Like this is like. To me, she's your best babyface in the company. Like this should have been a bigger moment, her winning the title. And then it shouldn't just be a 1 month and done, which makes me think that she should retain. We're going to have to see how it goes over the next 2 or 3 weeks, but yeah, I don't know, man.
I do want to acknowledge over here, Greg Cherry, love yins.
Oh yeah.
Here's to hoping tonight it's better. Last Greg Cherry show. This Wednesday.
Yeah, it's this Wednesday, right? Is the last one?
Yeah. So definitely tune in for that. You
should.
You might see friendly faces. You never know what's gonna happen.
Maybe.
So
you never
know. Archer is trying to get my attention because he would like me to sit on the couch and rot with him. It is not rot time.
No.
It's because my husband is not up yet.
Damn, sleeping in.
It's 10:30 in the morning. That's his day to sleep in.
Fair. I feel like he's usually hustling about.
Usually it's been a,
Yeah, I get it.
We went and saw the Spider-Man.
Oh, I've heard good things.
So it's so good. I cried. But it was very good.
I haven't seen the 17 movies I need to see in order to see it. So. God forbid I just want to go see a fucking movie. Oh, I need to watch 9 other ones first? All right, I guess I'm never seeing that.
And they all cost $17 to $20.
Good Lord. I know it's good. I love Spider-Man. I love the Marvel Universe, but I fell behind during COVID watching all these fucking movies, and now I have to watch 11 fucking movies to go see one side movie that's not even on the main fucking story. Good Lord.
Oh my God.
Again, I love movies, but Jesus Christ, man. I shouldn't have to like go through a treasure map to figure out how to go see a movie. Goodness gracious.
I opened the door for you. You can go outside.
But
I did want to mention.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Motor City Machine Guns.
Oh yeah, that was nice. That was a good little spot for them to start the show.
So y'all know that like I haven't really been watching wrestling. Like it's sadnessville over here. My husband texted me and said, "Go watch Collision." And I go, in order to watch Collision, I have to watch Dynamite. In order to watch Dynamite, I have to watch all of Redemption. Like I'm behind like 14 hours of wrestling right now.
I mean, if you have the time, watch Redemption, but you don't have to watch Redemption.
No, I'm gonna watch it. It's fine. Yeah. I purchased the pay-per-view. You think I'm gonna purchase a pay-per-view and then not watch it? Anyways, so it's a thing of he said, just go watch the first 5 minutes.
Okay.
I love turning on something and then something immediately happens because what do you know? My boys, you'll know. Like as much as I'm a Ring of Honor person, I've always been a TNA person. That is, I'll tell you, that's the first introduction to Sting that I had.
What?
Well, like I knew who he was because of the WCW, WWE, but he so quickly left. And then I started watching TNA because a lot of people fell out of love with wrestling in the 2004, 2005 with WWE. So I started watching TNA. And then, my first introduction into loving Sting was TNA. And it's a very interesting time because then everyone's like, well, you never watched Surfer Sting, you never watched all these. Sorry, I just didn't grow up watching that. So it's a thing of TNA has a special place in my heart. That is exactly where Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin came, and Chris Sabin had the hair that I was like swooning over, There's just something about these guys that I feel like as I've grown up, they've grown up. And when I saw them be treated so poorly in WWE and not utilized in the way that I know that they can. But WWE notoriously does not give a shit about tag teams, especially established tag teams. They don't build feuds. They don't build it like they do the main event, which is a shame because both of these guys are impeccable talents.
Well, they cared when they first got there. Like
they got the tag title.
They got the tag titles right away in like 3 weeks. And then even so, like that was when SmackDown, oddly enough, for that like 3 or 4 month span, had that really good tag division where it was like Street Profits, Motor City Machine Guns, oh my god, there were like 4
DIY.
or 5 teams. DIY. It was the tag team with they wear like the fucking like cloth, the Mexican tag team. I'm forgetting a name. Damn it. But it was damn it. No, not well, yeah, they were in it too, but no, there was there was another one. But they had like 4 or 5. Pretty Deadly was still involved.
Yeah, Pretty Deadly was still involved.
They had like Fraxium was there. They had like 4 or 5 tag teams. They had that great TLC match with like 3 of the teams. They had like 4 or 5 tag teams that were at least having great matches, and like they were at least doing a little bit of storyline with the tag team division. And then eventually it just got to the point where it was like, oh, we're back to just not caring about that. And then they just, they weren't being used. Los Garzas. Thank you, Scott. That was it.
Oh, thank you, Los Garzas. Thank you.
Yes. But yeah.
I mean, Chris Sabin, I think, is the better wrestler. Some people like Alex Shelley better. But Chris Sabin has stolen my heart. Sorry. It has to do with the hair, I think, in my opinion. But they had that little vignette online on YouTube where they were trying to choose who they were going to sign with. And what do you know? You open up Collision and they come out and they say, "We're home," which I was like,
Are you though?
Are you home?
You just got it. You're home?
Are we home? But someone asked me over on Blue Sky, because I've been hanging out more so on Blue Sky. But come on. Who do you think Motor City's best wrestling matches are going to be against? FTR?
Yeah.
The Young Bucks?
I mean the Bucks too, yeah, but FTR. I hope so. We're getting the Bucks and Cope and Christian at all in. I hope it's Motor City versus FTR.
Yeah.
Is the other tag match. I think that would be spectacular. And then after the Young Bucks beat Copeland and Christian for the title, I would expect Daybreak.
Yeah.
To debut. Listen, I know we found out it was AI and that kind of puts a dampen on it, but that fucking video that they made was incredible.
Yeah.
That was an incredible video that the New Day, whatever you want to call him, Daybreak, then the Big E nod. Oh my God, dude.
Yeah, I cried.
Oh,
that
so
sucked.
Fucking good. Man.
But knowing that at the end of Collision, they came to the aid of the Bang Bang Gang, which puts them on the opposite side of the Death Riders and the Dogs. So now we could have all these potential.
So, but does that mean, all right, I would love them versus FTR at Wembley. But do you think because of what happened at the end of the show, maybe whatever crazy 6-on-6 fucking match they have it all in, they're just in that?
Probably.
Like they do like a circle cage or an Anarchy in the Arena or whatever that match is for this show. It's going to be the Death Riders. Maybe probably Sans Mox. I assume Mox will defend his title, but it's going to be the Death Riders versus the Conglomeration versus Motor City versus Takeshita, or maybe it's a combination of the Death Riders and Don Callis family, or some sort of Death Riders and Dogs, whatever they do.
Yeah,
that's going to be that instead of just a straight up tag team.
Yeah,
we'll see. And then there's a lot of rumor. I've seen a few people have mentioned it in the chat. But there's a lot of rumor that people think Kairi Sane might show up to do the Stardom Tekla thing at All In as well, pending on what she's doing. Because obviously
would be incredible, would pay money. And this is the thing that I think that Redemption, and we joked about it last week, that Roadblock, right? This is Fastlane.
AEW Fastlane.
Like, what this pay-per-view redemption really is to create more buzz, create more
it was a vehicle
interest.
A vehicle to get to All In. It was a vehicle to get to All In.
Do we need I just feel like this All In is like the best All In ever. Like, I thought that last year's All In was the best All In ever. I thought that 2018 All In was the best All In ever. This is creating the best All In ever.
Listen, if the first 3 matches that you have booked for your show are Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay, Mercedes Moné versus Willow Nightingale, and obviously I know his AEW name, but Edge and Christian versus the fucking Young Bucks.
If never those are acknowledges Cope.
No, I do. No, but I'm saying, like, when you're talking about the history, like, it's Edge and Christian, you know? Yes, it's but when those are the first 3 matches that you have booked for your show, you're at least setting up the building blocks to have your greatest show ever. In my opinion. I'm not saying it's going to be.
Have you seen
they've had some
Have you seen the new cover art for Kenny Omega versus Ospreay?
No, I haven't.
The artist Mohammed Fame, I think that's his name. He created that really awesome Sting for Sting's last match.
Oh yeah, okay.
The Hangman MJF ones. He did the series of those. He works for AEW, but it's a fantastic looking thing. I'll go ahead and repost that. But I think this is going to blow everyone's socks off. I think this is going to be one of the best shows ever. But I don't know. I'm into it. I know that lots of things are going to happen, but I'm putting the expectations really high here.
I mean, yeah, I would think so.
That sucks.
I think you should have them. They should be high. They should be high. Big time. Now, the big plot line or the big storyline coming out of Redemption was the Kenny Omega thing, where Will Ospreay came and saved him after his match. He successfully, Fletcher and Okada, I think, is another match that's going to be added to All In.
Blow my load is what this is.
Crazy. Luckily, yes, crazy.
Sorry.
As I say, luckily, this camera's from the chest up.
Splooge all over.
But that's going to be great. You could even add Takeshita to that to make it a triple threat.
Oh my God.
But at least if that's one-on-one, fine. I think we're probably... So this Wednesday, they have Grand Slam Mexico, which if you've seen that fucking card, insane.
Jeez.
For a free television show on Wednesday. Speedball is cashing in the contract to fight Fletcher. I think Fletcher still wins, though, and Speedball loses. Wouldn't be shocked if Kevin Knight has something to do with it, because I do think you get Speedball and Kevin Knight for the TNT title at All In as well. So if you add Speedball and Fletcher, Speedball and Kevin Knight, you add Fletcher versus Okada with Takeshita or not, whatever form of that you want to do, spectacular. If Moxley's in the multi-man crazy match or defends his title against anybody, cool. I expect Hangman just came back, so Hangman's going to be involved somewhere. I would expect Swerve to come back and be involved at All In somewhere. Darby doesn't have a match yet. Bandito, they don't have a match yet. Although, Death Before Dishonor, they just said, is that what it is? Is that the one that's coming up?
Death Before Dishonor.
Bandito and Nick Wayne. It's going to be good. It's going to be good.
We're going to eat so well.
And then it's Athena versus Hazuki. That's a good one, too.
Okay. Well,
the Continental Cup. What the fuck is the Continental? How about you just did a Continental Classic for the ladies, Tony? We can't just have a ladies Continental Classic.
Right.
You gotta
we can't just have
the Continental Club is the Continental Cup is the same thing as the Continental Classic. You just get a fucking cup instead of a title at the end of it. Do a Continental Classic with the ladies in the summer. Come on now. Do it. Anyway. I was watching that promo with Mox on Wednesday, and I was like, "Oh, this is a good promo." And then he started talking about the Continental Club. I almost called it the Club again. He started talking about the Continental Cup, and I'm sitting there going, "Now I know that I don't remember a lot of things, but I'm sitting there going, what the fuck is the Continental Cup?" I go, "Have they mentioned this? Am I the only one that doesn't know what this is? What the hell is the Continental Cup?" And then all of a sudden I saw everybody saying, "What the hell is the Continental Cup?" And I was like, "Oh, thank God. Thank God." Because I still don't know what it is. Hey, well, Philippines in the chat. Hey, welcome.
Yeah, wow.
Thanks for staying up late with us.
I mean, it's also the dichotomy of what the heck is the John Cena Classic?
Well, we don't know. That's going to be at
we
the
don't
end of the year.
know.
It's going to be at the end of the year.
So we will see.
It's something for Obafemi to win while they continue to delay his inevitable world championship victory until 2029, when the other four guys that apparently nobody else can fight for titles besides retire. So I think that's what we're going to do. So sorry.
Interesting. Shall we talk about SummerSlam? I appreciate you guys splooging as well in the chat.
Yes,
I hate that word, but I don't know any other way.
It is kind of a repulsive word.
Yeah. It is repulsive. Thank you. Sorry. So
I'm going to be honest with you.
What?
Kind of like night one. I thought it was pretty good.
Okay.
I thought it was pretty good.
I originally thought that WWE SummerSlam Night 1 was just going to be your triple dipper, right? Your little appetizer, your little, your little French fries before you have the real main course, right? That's kind of what the card was looking to me, is that this is just a little taste of what SummerSlam could be. Okay. Mm-hmm. However, this was a really fucking good show.
I thought it was good. Now, again, you can talk about the other things on the show. Were there too many commercials? Were there too many ads?
Absolutely.
Was it too long between matches?
Yes.
Sure. But it was a 6-match show. It ended by 9:05 p.m. Eastern, which I appreciate.
Well, they had the AAA show. So
yes, okay. I don't need tonight going terribly that much longer.
Some of us have work tomorrow.
Yes. But again, listen, for what it was, when you're talking about just strictly the matches and the wrestling show.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. I thought every match was pretty good. I would say the low point was probably the 6-woman tag, but I even thought that had its good moments in the match. But I thought the
Fatal
opener
Influence.
They're good.
Team is good. Great. They're fantastic.
Yes. And I thought it was the right decision for them to win that match. It looked like Brie Bella got hurt, which sucks. She really couldn't get it. She was just holding her shoulder the whole.
She was holding her shoulder.
They did this big heel turn moment, which I think a lot of us saw coming with the Bellas turning on Paige. And it sucked because Brie literally couldn't stop holding her shoulder because it clearly was separated or broken. Something bad happened.
I love that commentary had mentioned that Brie, Nikki, and Paige all had something of each other in their gear, whether it was the plaid, whether it was the chain, whether it was their names on the back of their gear. It was just very cohesive. And of course, that's the signal of course, you can't have nice things, of course. No. But it's all that to say that I think I agree. 7 minutes was a little short for me for the women's tag match.
I would agree.
Mostly because I don't think that we got to see as much of the others, right?
Yeah.
Brie Bella started off the match, and that really wasn't until she hurt her shoulder on the outside that it seemed like, okay, we have to move this match along because Brie is injured, which I get it. Don't want her in the ring. Don't want her to risk getting even more injured before we understand what's going on. We know that we don't have any word on what the extent of the damage is. I know that the meet and greet scheduled for Fanatics Fest this morning was canceled for Brie. So it's just Nikki this morning, which is unfortunate if you paid for, specifically to see them, get pictures, and you're only seeing, one of them, if, anything. Unfortunate, but we're sending all of our best over to Brie. especially since the big heel turn that we already kind of knew was going to happen. However, I do want to say Fallon Henley.
Oh, the best. I love her.
Okay, so the only thing I knew about Fallon Henley before she came to the main roster was that she was the horse girl in NXT.
The cowgirl.
Cowgirl,
sorry. She had the cow print and all.
The cow print. Sorry. I call her horse girl because, horse girl is like a, thing.
She's good. That whole team is good, but Fallon Henley was good
before she joined that really team. I feel like from where she was last year until now has been miles apart. So,
and JC Jane is.
I mean, JC Jane is a star.
And again, the third one who I'm drawing a blank on, Lainey Reed, because I know she's the newest of the group. She's also really that's just a good. But I agree.
Great.
Yeah, Fallon, JC Jane is the clear leader of that group. She's a star, no questions asked. Of the other two, I do think Fallon Henley stands out a little bit more of the other two. But them being the women's tag champs, if they can get booked and have matches on the show, which I think their group will be, they are going to be a focus of SmackDown. And I think SmackDown's really kind of perfect for them to kind of do some good stuff. Yeah, man, that's a good group.
Yeah, Fallon Henley, I became immediate fan of her last night. So they kind of have essence of the Riot Squad. Do you remember when the Riot Squad first came out? And I mean, unfortunately, that was also a period of time for WWE that kind of sucked. But it was like Ruby was clearly the leader, right? But Liv did a lot of the menacing.
Liv was like that, second. It was clear, even though Liv and Sarah teamed a lot and stuff like that, it was clear it was like Ruby, Liv, Sarah. And I feel like that's what we have now. We have JC Jane is clear, and then the other two are tag champs, so they are a team. But it's
evident,
especially when they were in NXT. Fallon was always the clear number two.
And she's the most athletic, I think, of all of them. And, I really have to hand it to Chef Michaels over there.
That's what he's doing, man.
He's cooking up great things. But yeah, Fallon Henley going from, being the cowgirl to Fatal Influence and taking that on has been fantastic. So but I think they have a lot of promise. It's unfortunate that Brie did get injured during the match, because I think that was the only thing that kind of soured that for me. But you can
get a good one-on-one kind of feud with Paige and Nikki for a little bit, and hopefully it looked like Brie might be out for a while. If that's a bad shoulder,
dislocated shoulder or something.
And if you need surgery, that's months. Ugh. That's months, So hopefully that's not the case, but she couldn't move her arm. She couldn't even move her arm to do the ropes to get out of the, she had to get down. Yeah, because
there was that point where she literally was dragging and you could feel that beat lost. So opening the show with Liv versus Io. I know that the whole schematics of this going in was, we've harped on it so many times because it didn't make any fucking sense why Io needed to win the.
This was a great match, though. They
fantastic
succeeded their Night of Champions match by a lot. This was really good. This was a fun opener. I thought it was a very strong match. It was my second favorite match on the show. Really good. I had Liv winning. I thought it was a great match. It was crazy because I'm watching it and I'm like, we were a decent amount into the match. And I was like, where's the Judgment Day? Where's the other two? And then immediately,
you see Raquel
and I'm like, okay, yep, there we go. And good on Raquel winning the IC title, by the way, on Raw Monday.
Oh my God,
she rules. I love her. I've loved her for a long time. Good on her.
I have her early prediction for Rumble.
Okay, I don't hate it. I think her and Liv is a fun story if they tell it right. Yeah. But yeah, no, this was a great opener. I agree with Peggy with Ophelia. Hopefully now she can defend the title more than one time in 100 days.
Can I just say, there were so many interviews and videos going into it of you've had 0 title defenses, and she's like, yeah. And I'm like, this is not a good look. This is not a good look. You've had 0 title defenses, and how many times have you been on fucking
and she's trying to play it off like it's a brag.
Like it's a
she's like, I'm so good I don't have to defend it. It's like that's not
it.
That's not
we don't want that.
No. And I love Liv, but I'm like, that's not a brag, dude. That just makes you look like, and I get it, she's a heel, but like, you've had the belt for over 3 months. You haven't defended it once.
You haven't done shit.
You're
with
not
it,
a good champion. You're not a good champion. Like, you're not. That's just no.
But considering how many times the mid-card titles have changed since Mania. But anyways, I digress. Great match between them. It was a great call to open the show with them. The crowd was nuts.
Yeah.
Especially for EO. They love EO. They love Liv, but they love EO. So
how can
fantastic.
You know?
So, yeah, right.
EO rules.
What did you think of the 6-man tag match of the Bloodline versus LA Knight, Solo, and Royce Keys? We finally see a pay-per-view with Royce Keys.
Yeah, good for him getting that big entrance. I like this. I thought this match was fun. Solo Sikoa is
he should have been a babyface this whole time.
Brother, how was he on the main roster not talking for as long as they had him not talking?
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing, guys? Like this. I knew he was funny. You could tell he was funny, but I did not think that he would get over as organically as a babyface as he has.
Yes,
like,
he has.
I thought there would be more pushback from the crowd a little bit, but he is tremendous. I enjoyed this match. I thought this match exceeded my expectations.
Yeah.
I actually thought Jey Uso was really good in this match.
Yeah.
I thought it was really good. LA Knight getting the pinfall, the way to go. We'll talk about
that crowd is still hot for LA Knight.
Yeah, but certain guys though need to work at getting more over to be involved in the main event picture, according to some. But we'll talk about that. Let's talk about night 1 first before we talk about dumb things that people say.
That spot, on the outside. They're talking about Jacob Fatu and Royce Keys being, friends, former, gym partners or whatever they were talking about. But that power slam over the barricade.
Yeah, very good. Awesome.
Good Lord, Royce Keys.
I was like, that could easily tear a bicep. Or a
absolutely.
tricep, or a pec. Like, I saw that happen. I'm like, there could be so many torn tendons on either of those guys. But that was a very cool. I've never seen that before.
Never.
I've never really seen that before. I thought maybe there should be a table there, but there was nothing. It was just right to the floor.
There was a chair, but that was about it. But
that was a cool spot, though.
Really
that was
great spot.
That was a great spot. And I thought the way that they kind of did everything at the end with Jay turning into the BFT and Jay selling that BFT. Yeah, BFT. Yeah, great. And LA Knight pinning him when they have their animosity. I thought it was good. I thought it was good.
Yeah, would love to figure out who the producers of that match, because everything just seemed to be lined up great. They're all professionals, obviously.
Yeah, they're all veterans and been doing it for a while.
That Solo, I do have to say, I laughed so hard when Solo did
the run it back.
Run it back.
And arguably one of my least favorite things in all of wrestling was arguably the best part of this match was Solo running that back and doing that, and the crowd was fucking amped.
And it
was awesome.
Everybody's facial, just go back and watch that, because everyone's facial expression during that was just so good.
Oh,
but 11 minutes for that match was perfect.
They got a lot in for 11 minutes. It was good.
After that, we had Nick Aldis returning to the ring versus Gunther, which
best match of the night, in my opinion.
It was match of the night. Exactly.
Unbelievable. Nick Aldis looked all, and he did a comment where he said 5 minutes in, he was fucking gassed.
Yeah.
But it did not look it. It did not look it. Now you're in there with an all-world talent in Gunther.
Sure.
Which helps. But this match made me want to see, I know afterwards, Triple H just kind of reinstated him to SmackDown, which good. But this match made me want to just have Nick Aldis as a wrestler.
Y'all be saying Nick Aldis is old, he's washed, all these things. He's 39.
Yes, he's younger than all the champions.
He's younger than all these champions.
Than all the champs, and half
he can hang.
And yeah, WWE forked over the money and they paid for him. He came out to Oasis, which was cool.
Which
and
was
Wade Barrett was losing his fucking mind on commentary about it. And I loved Michael Cole being like, I have never heard you get higher in your voice than when you were talking about Oasis.
Okay, so can I haven't even mentioned even the commentary team. The commentary team of Wade Barrett and Michael Cole was such a great combination.
Yeah. And that's been the pay-per-view team here like this year for the most part.
It's great.
Wade is unbelievable. And Corey Graves is really good too. But Wade is really good, man. I love Wade Barrett on that table. He's good, man.
I wasn't a huge fan of Wade Barrett, except Bad News Barrett. It's great. I love a good gimmick.
To me, he's a guy that if he was around at his height now, I think he was a victim of bad booking more than
bad booking.
Talent. Once you had Cena beat the Nexus, all those guys were dead in the water. Dead in the water.
You're not wrong. But Wade Barrett even bringing in those tidbits of we came up together, like we had our first matches together, like we were roading together.
Wade Barrett said that. Did they just say the Red Sox just traded Curtis Mead? I'm not derailing the show.
No, it's okay. Mike putting that in the chat. The Red Sox traded Mead. Oh my God! Why?
How the hell did he do that?
Why are we doing?
He's injured. There's no way. But anyway, what? Way to derail me immediately. Damn.
Oh my God.
But I knew that. He's out though. But yeah, I thought this was really, really good. I thought this was really, really good.
I mean, y'all know how I feel about Nick Aldis. I mean, he used to team with Samoa Joe. He had one of the greatest feuds.
Yeah, you just said you were a TNA girl. He was a staple.
Yeah, he was.
And then he was NWA champion for a long time. He was TNA World Heavyweight Champion for a long time. Like, this guy can go, dude. Like, he's a great wrestler. I got to go to All Out before AEW existed, and he fought Cody for the 8 pounds of gold, the NWA title.
Yeah,
great.
That was a fantastic match
with Cody. Like, he's really good, man. I was not shocked by the quality of match that we saw, but he got a great pop when he came out. He looked like he was in tremendous. Yeah. Like it was, and the spot at the end with this kid and Mickey James, and even during the match when Gunther was yelling at Mickey James at one point, I was like, this is good. This is good.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, it was very, very good.
But they were talking about ring rust and how sometimes ring rust can be permanent when you're at that height of level of everything, and you go 3 years.
Yep.
Almost 3 years since his last match, and it felt like no time had been lost. Absolutely. Flabbergasted. My flabber's gassed because best match.
Yep.
There were so many different actual wrestling things that I don't know the names of, which you all probably know the names of, these wrestling moves, but it was like for everything that Gunther hit that chop, and they played that replay of that chop over and over again. But Nick Aldis really, really handled it. I mean, even though Gunther did tap him out, it didn't feel like Nick Aldis lost. It was like he gained our respect.
100%. And the whole thing at the end where he got his flowers, if that ends up being his only and last WWE match, I thought it was just done perfectly. I would like to see him wrestle more because clearly he can still go at a high level. Clearly. And I think that's a guy that, like, oddly enough, they've established him so well as a character with him being the GM that I think if he were to become a full-time wrestler, the crowd is already super invested.
Yeah, they're already into it. So,
and I just think it's something that could work if they wanted to. But right now, he's back as the GM. He's going to be on SmackDown this Friday as the new GM.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I thought it was really good. It was my favorite match on the show.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. We've already talked about the 6-woman tag. Shall we talk about Poopy Pants? CM Punk?
I saw you put, did he really? I didn't notice at all.
To me, okay, so I know that I'm not a perv. Like, I know that, like, I just notice things. So I'm not like staring at the crack at his butt, but I'm just noticing dark, like CM Punk is wearing,
well, he could have just had some ass sweat, you know?
He could have just had some ass sweat. I'm not saying.
We call it swamp ass. That's what we call it.
Okay. It's possible that could have been it. Okay. You know?
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I wasn't trying to shame CM Pooper over here, because shit happens, right? Lots of wrestlers have said a little bit of shit comes out, you know,
of course,
a little short.
There's that famous clip of CM Punk asking Charlotte from the first season of Unreal, where he goes, "Hey Charlotte, you ever shit your pants in the ring?" And she's like, "What?" And he's like, "You ever shit your pants in the ring?"
Yeah.
And she's like, "No, Pete a little though." And
yeah.
He's like, "That's fair. That's fair.
It's fair." But he did have his little black trunks on underneath his Celtic green color, which
he wasn't honoring the Celtics though. He was honoring this is why, and I know not everybody's a Punk guy, but this is why, because the Minnesota Wild is an NHL team that currently exists in the state where SummerSlam is. And CM Punk said, I'm wearing Minnesota North Star colors, which is an NHL team that does not exist anymore. Because the Minnesota North Stars, which became the Dallas Stars, were the NHL team in Minnesota in the 80s, 70s, 80s, maybe early 90s. I don't know when they actually moved or became non-existent anymore. But as a Chicago Blackhawks guy, him wearing the Minnesota North Stars stuff, which is the team that they took away from Minnesota.
Yeah.
That was kind of a heelish. That was kind of a fuck you to the Minnesota fans, which I actually thought was hilarious. But I did like, it was his 20th anniversary to the day of him joining WWE. So he had the number 20 on it. It was a nice, it was Celtics colors. Those are the same colors, but it was Minnesota North Stars.
It was, yeah, I get it. But when I refer to like specific green colors, like there's no other color to me.
Yeah, Celtic green. Yeah, for sure.
So, but with that said, I fucking hated this match.
Really?
We're
gonna be on way different sides of this.
Okay.
This was an old school great wrestling match. Working limbs.
For other people, some of the, like, I get the psychology of it. Same fucking hated. Okay. This match could have brought more. We did not need Randy Orton to return at this time. Sorry.
I disagree.
I needed Cody to fully turn heel here.
I agree with that, but it's clear that Cody is not ready to do that. And if you weren't going to do the heel turn, Randy was really the only way to get away with that. Randy was the only way to get away with that, which is why I was okay with it.
I get the psychology of, okay, Punk did his, little leg drop. He was holding his knee. So Cody Rhodes is targeting the knee. Go in more. Just take off his knee, right?
But Cody's a good guy. It's not going to do that.
Okay, I needed more. That's where I'm like, okay, if we're going there,
these guys are friends. The story is they're friends. Like
they're not friends. They're not friends. There's no friends in wrestling.
We're not at the point in their story yet where the friendship has broken. So I think they're trying to win a match, but they're not trying to maim the other person.
Well, I wanted maiming.
Okay,
I wanted accidental maiming. I wanted like something to be a definite line of, wow, after this match, something changed. And I didn't feel like much changed, except at the end, I will say. However, I will tell you, CM Punk has always done a shitty moonsault.
Oh,
he know that he is in Ring of Honor, guys. He has never done a moonsault that looked good. And a lot of people attribute that to the fact that he does have that rough around the edges style, especially in Ring of Honor. He was the people's princess, guys. That's the Ring of Honor style, where it is a little bit risky. There is no polish to him. And as CM Punk has aged, he's gotten a little bit more polished, but there's only so much polishing you can do with a guy that is not a flippy ass dude.
Mm-hmm.
So for those who remember what CM, he used to joke that CM used to mean crooked moonsault Punk, right? He's wrestling Punk style, crooked moonsault. Okay. So when I saw him do that, I was like, you dumbass motherfucker. You look so dumb. And he's sitting there and he's giggling because he's like, haha, yeah, I did that.
No, I thought it was silly. He goes, can I get a replay? He just yells, can I get a replay?
Can I get a replay?
Because he knew he fucked it. And I just think, but that's the stuff that I actually, to me, and again, if everybody's entitled to their opinion, I thought besides the moonsault, I thought this was a pretty perfect match. I think
I just had this expectation going into it. That's my problem.
And again, this is not a negative because we just talked about how much we love AEW, but I think that we have become so spoiled over the last decade to 15 years of fast-paced, high energy matches that when you saw an old school wrestling match with two old school wrestlers working limbs and being slow and doing methodical submissions and methodical, Punk had the bad knee, Cody had the bad arm, and they were targeting. I just think, and I do agree, like, yeah, it was a slow build up to the crescendo of the match.
It's just not my flavor.
And that's fine. But when I was growing up, that was 95% of the matches were that. There was no, and again, this is not me knocking. I'm not one of those who fucking flips and blah, blah. Fuck you if you think that way too. But like, this was not one of those matches. This was two old school guys, mentality wise, old, because Cody is not as old as Punk, and he's more of this generation. But there's the two old school guys who had an old school wrestling match. And again, do I think it was the best match on the show? Absolutely not. But I thought, again, they gave them 23 fucking minutes, 30. They went 30.
Oh, they went 30 minutes? Jesus.
This was 30.
My notes are wrong.
At least according to Wikipedia, it says it went 30 minutes and 10 seconds.
30 fucking minutes. Oh my God, it does say 30 minutes and 10 seconds.
Yeah.
My notes have something different. So apparently I passed out.
Now,
my brain went somewhere else.
But I do agree with you. I thought the best outcome should have been either Cody turning heel to win the belt or Cody turning heel after Punk beat him. That should have been the best scenario.
That should have been happening.
But from all the reports that we sold, what I've been told, again, I'm not reporting the news. That's not who I am. But from people that I know that know more than me, what I've been told is WWE has gone to Cody and said, we are ready and we have plans in place to turn you heel whenever you want to do it. And Cody does not want to do it.
Come on, Cody. Fucking turn heel.
And if that was the scenario and Cody was like, nope, don't want to do it right now, still not ready, then I think Randy's inclusion was, because if Cody just would have lost and that was it, or Cody would have won and that was it,
right?
We all would have been like, fucking, come on, dude, it's the same old shit. But I think with Randy coming back, that is a way that you get away with neither guy turning heel and you come with something. Yeah. But
Scott, I completely agree. Randy beat him at.
But that's a story that has enough into it. If they don't involve the Pat McAfees and the bullshit,
oh my God,
it doesn't need a belt. Now, don't get me wrong. I would like it to have a belt. Don't get me wrong. But I think the Randy Cody thing, if they actually tell the right story, which they didn't leading into WrestleMania,
right?
I think if they actually dive into the history for real of these two guys, I don't think it needs a belt. I don't think it necessarily needs a belt.
Okay. I will say something I saw in this match that I had never seen before. Fucking Punk dive into that fucking table.
Yeah. That was a gnarly landing, too. It looked like he might have hurt himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would shit myself there. That's where I would shit myself.
Yeah, that was a really good spot. I thought Cody was just going to take it. I just thought Cody was going to take it.
Yeah.
Because we've seen Punk hit that elbow a couple times, like in this run here. But Cody moving and Punk going through, that was a big spot. But yeah, one thing I will say is I am getting a little sick and tired of the 100%. And I think we're going to preview night 2 quickly before we get out of here. I think that could have something to do with maybe what happens at the end of the show tonight as well. Because the other guy that's the world champion tonight is also in that movie, who's going to be disappearing to promote that movie for a little bit. So they showed Cody. Cody wasn't laid out. They showed him after the Randy thing sitting, doing that spot where he's sitting against the ring, looking sad and confused. But Cody is going to be going away at some point to promote that movie, as is Roman. So we'll see how it goes.
His entrance,
great. I liked it.
Is fantastic. Both guys, yeah, with the guile.
I thought Punk. So they do the thing now with Punk in the big shows where he walks out to no music first.
It's clobber,
and then he does the clobber in time first, and then the music hits. So good. I like it. Gets the crowd.
It gets the crowd pumped. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Wasn't my favorite. Fucking hated it.
That's fine.
Because I had expectations going into it. That's my fault.
I had expectations that Cody was going to turn too. They were already booing him in his entrance. Just fucking do it, Cody.
Just do it.
Why are you staying on the good course when the people don't appreciate you, Cody? Just turn on them. F those people.
Yep. Well, we do go into our main event. It is a Hell in a Cell match. Oba defeating Brock Lesnar.
Shouldn't have been.
We knew that he was going to defeat Brock Lesnar. And did you hear afterwards? They said, hey, guess what? Oba didn't forgo his.
If I was Oba, I would come out on the show tonight and demand to be thrown in that main event.
Absolutely. Do it.
I would come out and I go, hey,
take that title out.
I took care of Brock last night. I won in the match tonight, and I'd fucking put Oba over. But they won't, but I would.
I did not understand in this match why there was a need for Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, they didn't really. Yeah, this was just.
It wasn't really utilized in the way that we've seen great Hell in a Cell matches.
Yeah.
Not that I'm expecting everything to be Mankind versus Undertaker. I'm not expecting a level of carnage.
No.
But at least what we've seen in Hell in a Cell is like, do you remember the Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton one? Fantastic, utilizing the entire cell. Felt very. I mean, it was during the pandemic, and they had to utilize everything. But I did not see a reason for the cell. However,
I think it was strictly for Brock had never lost in a Hell in a Cell, so Oba being the guy that finally beats Brock in a Hell in a Cell.
Yeah,
is that. And again, we have talked about at length how we feel personally about it. I feel like
fuck Brock Lesnar to the moon and back.
But once we saw the type of match it was, I feel like I get it. Like you want maybe have them main event because you don't want that to overtake the rest of the card. But when I saw what the match was, like that match could have easily went first.
Yeah.
And I think it would have been fine. You know what I mean? But giving Oba that moment and like, regardless about how I feel about Brock Lesnar putting over Oba the way he did afterwards, like telling him not to leave the ring, stay in here. This is the future. This is the past. He points to himself. This is the past. This is the future.
This is the future.
Regardless of how we feel, that holds weight to a lot of people. Lesnar saying that. So I thought that part of it was good. But yeah, it was a Hell in a Cell match where the biggest spot of the match was ripping up the ring. And which again, the tombstone on that was a good spot. And Oba kicking out was great. But like that could have been done in a regular match. Like that didn't need to, I guess you could have no DQ, I guess it maybe not, but like it didn't need the Hell in a Cell for the biggest spot of the match to not involve the Hell in a Cell.
I mean, it's the thing of it kept out Paul Heyman, right? So the cell did keep out Paul Heyman. There's no DQ. Okay, we could have had that. The only way to win is obviously pinfall or submission. We could have had that in No Holds Barred. Could have had that in any other kind of match. I did like that Lesnar felt like he was giving everything in there, from every F5 to every German suplex to everything that he was doing. And Oba kicked out. It was just Oba kicked out. Oba kicked out. I will say, I think that this match itself was a little too long because it felt like Brock was getting a little bit gassed because Oba's big. It's not like how he was tossing around, you know.
He's tossing around a 300-pound, 6'5"
Correct.
Monster. Like Brock Lesnar's in there with also another monster of a man.
Correct.
So it's not like,
they're gassed. And I mean, 11 minutes for a main event is not, small potatoes. That's still so many commercials. followed by so many commercials. But it was that the multiple consecutive F5s.
And he just kept getting up.
And he just kept fucking getting up.
Yeah.
And I think it really showcased Obafemi. I think that the crowd is really into Obafemi. Excuse me. The crowd being super, super into and completely sold on who they're pushing in front of us. I think really, was it worth the main event? Sure, maybe. Okay. But yeah, definitely.
If you are really gonna build Oba and capitalize on him, and he is really going to be heading towards the championship sooner than later, which he should, putting him in the main event of SummerSlam against Brock Lesnar in a match that Lesnar has never lost in Lesnar's hometown. Like Mike just said, it served its purpose. It made Oba look even more dominant. Exit. Yes. It served its purpose. It made Oba look legendary. It did whatever you needed it to do. But now it's, okay, are we still going to wait fucking 8 months or a year before we actually crown this guy? Or did we do that to get this guy where he needs to go? Because I am still of the belief that I would have had Oba leaving a champion this weekend.
Yeah, same.
That's how I feel where his trajectory is and where the crowd views that guy is. He should have been leaving this weekend as one of the main champions.
Absolutely.
And if we're still going to push him aside for 6, 7, 8 more months, even till Mania, I think is too long. I think that is too long. Because what is this guy going to do for the next 6 months? What is he going to do now that Brock is over? He's dealt with Brock. What is he going to do for the next 6 months to keep him?
He gets a title opportunity, so.
And then, so I need to see where it goes, but I thought last night did the job and did what it was supposed to do for Oba. I don't think it needed to be the main event, though.
Yeah.
It adds to it. The main event adds to the law. So that's how I feel.
I mean, we have 6 more matches for night 2. I will say, so I watched on Netflix. So in the middle, right, when they were in between doing the commercial stuff, they were also showing, I don't know if they did this for you, showing stills or photographs of other SummerSlam moments that have been prominent, right? So, SummerSlam is one of my favorite pay-per-views. Okay. I've shared that SummerSlam 2001 was the first co-ed birthday party because it happened on my birthday, August 19th in 2001. Yeah. So like it's always been either around my birthday or the biggest party of the summer. So it's summertime. You can stay up as late as you want, kind of thing. SummerSlam for me has always had WrestleMania equivalent moments. Do you think night 1 had enough moments in it so that you could go, oh yeah, SummerSlam 2026, this will be in a highlight reel of best SummerSlams in the 2020s?
Okay.
I think so. Brock retiring.
Not official yet, though.
Well, I think he'll come back and then Gunther will officially retire him. But I don't think enough, in my opinion, happened night 1 for it to be like, oh, yeah, I'm going to remember it. Or is it going to be like, oh, I think it's 2024. No, is it 2025? And not enough has happened.
Yeah, I agree.
But I think that's where night 2 comes in. We have 6 matches. Have they stated
Finn Balor and Sammy is opening?
Okay. That's what I was asking. So Finn Balor and Sammy are opening, and then Roman and Seth are closing the show. I think we might see Kevin Owens tonight. That is the rumor. That is what Fightful Select has mentioned.
Does he come back and be involved with Sammy? Does he help Sammy win this match?
Yeah.
Or is he involved in the world title? I would love if Roman is going away. We'll get there. I'll save it. I'll save it till we get there.
So Sammy versus Finn Balor. The whole thing is, though, it determines the number 1 contender for the undisputed WWE champion. So, and that would be against CM Punk. So whoever wins Sami Zayn versus Finn Balor is going up against Punk. Who would you rather have against Punk at this time? Sami or Finn?
I think I'm cool with either way they go, to be honest with you.
I'm cool with either as well.
I like both these guys. I would rather Finn just because I feel like Finn should have already been world champion again since the first time he was world champion. But if you're telling me what the story says, I do think Sami's been screwed. And so I do think Sami getting that rematch with Punk is the more storyline right thing to do, because he was preparing for Cody all night and then Punk showed up out of nowhere and took his title. I do think Sami makes more sense from a storyline perspective.
From a storyline perspective, but I want it to be Finn.
Yes, I would like it to be Finn. But I'm picking Sami's going to win this match.
Well, fine. I will pick Finn Balor.
Okay.
And I'll be wrong.
Okay. But honest to God, no matter what route they go, I am totally cool. I'm totally cool with whatever happens.
We do have the United States champion, Trick Williams, taking on the return of Baron Corbin.
My guy, Baron Corbin.
That picture was so funny.
With the beards?
Yeah, with the beards.
He did that unprompted, by the way.
I love it.
We didn't ask him to do that. We were just like between two beards, and he's like, I am. And he just grabbed our beards, and I was like, I was like, stepbrothers, like, we best friends, bro? Yeah. And I told this story this week because Plug and I were talking about it on beards, but that was the first time Pluggo and I had met in real life. It was SummerSlam in Cleveland. So this was SummerSlam 2 years ago, 2024 in Cleveland. Okay. And we were doing the media, and we filmed a 6-minute interview where he was fucking great, and we didn't have audio for it. So we were like, shit. So at the end of the session, we went up to him. We were like, hey, dude, our audio is fucked for our interview. We know we can't get that much time, but can you give us just a minute so we can get something with you? Yeah. And the PR guy started walking towards us, and Corbin went, hey, I'm giving these guys time. He goes, so I'll be cool, but I'm giving these guys time. Yeah, I'm giving the, oh my God. And the PR, and then he gave us 7 minutes. He gave us more time than he did the first time. And so that's I was like, I love this guy. And so that was the only thing that Pluggo and I got approved for besides going to SummerSlam. The only thing we got approved for was the media junket. And that was the first time we met any of the WWE PR reps, any of them. We interviewed Bayley. We interviewed Gunther. We interviewed Braun Breaker. We interviewed Baron Corbin, right? We stayed within the time frame they wanted. We did all these things. Bayley complimented us to the PR lady in front of us. All this stuff. So we're getting ready to leave. Corbin's still in there. And one of the PR guys comes and he goes, hey, great job today, guys. We're like, thanks. He goes, what else did you guys get approved for this weekend? And Pluggo looks at him and goes, this was the only thing besides the show. And he goes, really? And he goes, yeah. He goes, give me your cell phone numbers. And they approved us for like 2 or 3 other things of the media for the rest of the weekend. And so we got approved for the Damian Priest viewing of his documentary. Yeah,
his documentary. Oh my God.
And there was a sit down with Dom, Rhea, and him. We got approved for that. And as we're leaving, Baron Corbin comes up and he goes, hey guys, you guys getting out of here? And we're like, oh yeah, we got to go to the showing over here. He goes, oh, and I'm like, why? He goes, oh, I'm heading to the bar. I was going to ask if you guys wanted to come hang out. And I looked right at Pluggo and I said, this is a conundrum. I go, because everything in my fiber of my being is telling me we should go hang out with Baron Corbin and have beers. I go, but this is our first time with WWE Media, and they just literally just gave us these. And they just
did it, yeah.
So we have to go to this. We have to go to this. And so, yeah. But he was great. He talks to us on Twitter still. Like, we posted that picture. He commented on, like, yeah, he's a good dude. Now he's back with the Fed, though, so we'll never get to talk to him ever again. But, you know. Love him. Love him. With that being said, Trick Williams winning this all day. Winning this all day. I would love an upset, though. I like Baron Corbin. I'm a Baron Corbin guy. But I would think Trick Williams is still on the train.
Yeah, I think Trick Williams is going to win. However, I think it would be kind of fun.
I agree.
It would be fun to see a Baron Corbin win.
And Trick and CM Punk had a little backstage thing on SmackDown that could have been foreshadowing. If, you know, I feel like Trick being the U.S. champion is a good spot for him right now, but he is very popular as well. That is a guy that if they wanted to elevate, Corbin winning this title and him kind of getting elevated up a little bit, that's not the worst thing in the world. So, but I would pick Trick Williams.
Interesting. Hide over here mentions no title changes last night. Maybe Corbin does win.
We're getting a couple tonight.
So interesting. Well, we also have the strangest storylines. I was actually telling someone about the history of on a pole matches.
Because Bagwell, baby.
That's burned in my brain.
My favorite one, Judy Bagwell on a pole, baby.
We have Human Money is on a pole. Here is also my thing that kind of bothers me about this whole Danhausen thing with money is it was funny when he was on the indies because notoriously the indies money. You don't make money. So correct. Danhausen stealing money from people and that whole give me human monies so I can have a blimp, all those things. But now we know that Danhausen is making money hand over fist. Correct. You see how many fucking Danhausen shirts and promo things have Danhausen in them. So for this to be human money on a pole, I get the whole thing and that Danhausen stole the money from the Judgment Day, which how are the Judgment Day that lucrative with their money? Don't know.
Yeah.
But this is going to be for shits and giggles, Danhausen versus Dominic Mysterio. Danhausen is going to win. They can't have Danhausen lose.
Yes, I will say, though, I like Danhausen. I am pro Danhausen. I had a tweet this week that a lot of people took as me insulting Danhausen about a particular terrible segment with a tremendous piece of shit that happened on Monday Night Raw.
Listen, who would have known? Who would have known that me calling out a racist would have people telling me to kill myself?
Correct. So that wasn't an attack on Danhausen.
Yeah.
My tweet, that was more just a general thing of where we're at with WWE in certain aspects. However, and I believe this, 18 months ago, Dominic Mysterio was the biggest heel in this company. And now he is having a joke match. Again, I like Danhausen. And I'm happy for his success. I really am. He deserves it.
Sure.
Got himself over, did all that shit. He deserves where he's at. And I'm happy for him. If Dominic Mysterio loses this match, which he will, that is permanent damage to Dominic Mysterio for me. Permanent damage. That's how I feel. This is Dom's money, by the way. Danhausen stole Dom's money.
Yeah.
So how is Dominic the heel here? Because he just wants his money back that was stolen from him. First of all. So how are you not siding with Dominic? If someone walked into your house right now and stole money from you, are you the bad guy if you try to go after them to get your money back? You're the bad guy? How the fuck does that work? First of all. Second of all, Dom is better than this.
I think Dom is better than this. And I think that everything with his AAA run definitely for sure has showcased that he is different trajectory for a different person, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel exhausted personally by the shove down our throat that Danhausen has gotten. Am I a big old hater? No. I've loved Danhausen. But it just feels like so much all at once. Let me breathe. I don't think that I can breathe. And that's why I think that Danhausen is going to win, is because it's just been shoved down our throat.
Yeah. And again, I understand why they're doing it. I just feel like, again, I think the stuff, when we started first seeing Danhausen, I think everybody universally was basically like, this is really good shit. This is how we thought this would go with Danhausen. And again, I still laugh at the segments with him because he's an entertaining, funny guy. But when you see him on every single show,
you keep hitting.
And again, Danhausen is a guy to me where he shouldn't be wrestling every show. Like the wrestling matches should be few and far between, so they're a bigger deal when he wrestles. But we literally just saw him wrestle 2 weeks ago at Saturday night's main event, and now he's wrestling at SummerSlam. Like, it's like I get it. He's a money grab. Like, he's selling money. He's making money for you, but you are really squeezing every single fucking thing out of this that you can. And like, do I want Dom to be on SummerSlam? Yes, I do. Yeah. But somebody says Braun Breaker versus Carmelo, or there are plenty of other people. Braun Breaker's not on this card. Carmelo Hayes is not on this card.
Where the fuck is he?
Becky Lynch is not on this card. Like, Lyra Valkyria, Bayley. There are a lot of people not on this card that maybe you could have had a match besides a gimmick joke match on your second biggest show of the year. And again, this is not anti-comedy wrestling either, because I love comedy wrestling. It just feels like, you know, you use him too much and it's going to die off quicker than you want it to be. And it feels like right now they are just pedal to the metal. We're going to get this guy. And there is a such thing as being overexposed. And we're kind of already there. So, I don't know.
Peggy over here saying there's only one women's match. We do have one women's match, and there are...
It's going to be a good one.
It is going to be a good one. There are 5 women in this ladder match for the interim WWE Women's Champion. Tiffany, Jade, Chelsea Green, Charlotte Flair, Lash Legend.
Should be Chelsea Green.
Jade and Charlotte are going to exhaust each other.
I think that's what I agree. I think they should take each other out respectively. Because I feel like they've been building to Charlotte versus Jade as a big one-on-one match for a long time. So I feel like they should take each other out. And I feel like this is a real, first of all, shame on WWE. Not because Lash Legend is in this match. 2 minutes her and Julia got. Are you fucking kidding me?
Insane. 2 minutes?
Are you fucking kidding me? It's a joke.
She should be, and Tiffany Stratton, in my opinion, should be defending the title.
Correct. And JC Jane should be in this match. And I probably would have been picking JC Jane to win this match.
Same.
To be honest with you. But I think this is a cool opportunity because we already know this is interim. So we already know whoever wins this match is going to be fighting Rhea for the real championship once Rhea's back. And we already know that Rhea's going to win that fucking match. And then they're just going to continue along with what they had planned with Rhea. Okay. So I think that this is a perfect opportunity to have someone like a Chelsea Green upset the world here and become a champion and have fun with it for a few weeks, a month, whatever it takes for Rhea to get back. And then she has a fun match with Rhea. And then you kind of get back to where you're going to go. Do I think they do that? No. If I had to bet, I'd probably pick Charlotte. And then you get Rhea and Charlotte again, because we already know how great those two are together. But I think that this is an opportunity to do something different. But also, WWE doesn't take chances anymore. They just go safe as safe can be. So they don't really take that many chances anymore. And even as good a show as I thought last night was, didn't really take any chances anywhere on that show. It's just what they do. They're safe as safe can be. Jade or Charlotte is the safest picks for me. I would go Charlotte, but I would really love to see Chelsea Green take this one tonight. That would be fun. But
crazy.
What do you think's gonna? I don't know.
I don't know, man. But I would love to see Chelsea Green win. I think it would be, in my opinion, her time to do so. If
people are saying in the people are saying in the chat that they're doing Jade and Charlotte this week on SmackDown. The fuck? It's a huge match. I get it. You want to bring ratings to the program, and it's only 2 hours now, SmackDown, so it's a lot more digestible now than it was at the 3 hour mark. But like, that's a huge match. It better not be Tiffy time. She's the United States champion. Peggy's complaining. Peggy was complaining.
I will be so mad.
There's one match on the show. You know what could have been a second women's match tonight? The Minnesota girl defending her championship.
Yep.
Instead of in a title match going for a different title. Stupid. And with that being said, though, this match should be good. This should be one of the better matches of the night. I think.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to give it to Chelsea either, HUD, but I would fucking love it. That would be fun. And let me tell you, if Chelsea Green is climbing up that ladder and it looks like she's going to win, that crowd is going to be at a fever pitch. A fever pitch waiting for her to win that match. So they should just do it. But
we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
What else do we have? Chad Gable versus Penta.
This is going to rule.
Chad Gable win. Absolutely.
Yeah. I think this is probably the safest bet of the night, I would think, in my opinion. Chad Gable never won a singles title. They're in Minnesota, also a Minnesota guy. They built to this for 2 years with him being the IC champ and turning heel against Sammy because he couldn't beat Gunther way back then. And now they did the whole thing where it was Penta that caused Chad to go to the dark side and the dark arts of Lucha Libre, Grande Americana. I think that this whole thing has built to this. They're both good guys. I think they're going to go out there. They're going to have a banger of a match. Gable's going to win. And then I don't know if you saw, but post SmackDown on Friday, the Lucha Bros teamed up for the first time in the dark match. And I think Ray Phoenix is doing some real good shit in AAA defending that Cruiserweight title. He's having some real good matches. And he had a good one on Friday on SmackDown too. I think we're getting the Lucha Brothers sooner than later on main roster television. Yeah, I think this is going to be the match of the night. This is going to be the match of the night. But yeah, Chad Gable all day.
Okay. Well, the last match that we have to talk about is Roman versus Seth.
I'm torn.
For the World Heavyweight Championship.
I'm torn. Because Roman doesn't lose. And WWE has made it clear that of all their champions, Roman is really the only guy, except Rhea with this injury here. Roman is really the only guy who can be away chunks at a time and still be the champion.
Still be the champ, yeah.
However, I almost spoiled it earlier. I'm going to say it now. Knowing that Roman is going away to promote Street Fighter, I would agree with Scott. I don't think Roman is probably losing until WrestleMania, if I had, But I would love Seth Rollins to get the victory here, and then Kevin Owens comes back and package power drives Seth Rollins. And now Kevin Owens is fighting for the world title. That's what I would like. Or if you want Roman to still win, you could do the same thing with Owens doing that to Roman because they have more than a history together.
Right.
And that's how you write Roman off TV for 3 weeks or a month, because the last time Owens hit a package pile driver on Cody was written off TV for a while. So I think you could play into it that way as well. I would love to see KO come back and be involved with the world title picture right away, but I could see him helping Sammy and kind of doing that again. Like, that's okay too. But that would be my perfect thing. But again, if you're asking me to bet, I'm going to bet on Roman, but I would like to see Seth win here.
I want to see Seth win.
But Roman's the guy, dude. He doesn't lose. So it's tough.
I want to see Seth win.
I would
all of our Sethanites rise up.
I would like to see it. I also like the idea of even somebody like Roman having that one guy that he can't beat. I just think that's a good storyline to tell when you just got that one guy that has your fucking number.
Yeah, well.
That one guy. And they have such a history together that it's just like, yeah, this is going to be good. They haven't really said anything in these face-offs that we haven't heard before. There's such a rich history with these two guys, but this is going to be a really great main event tonight. Like, I think these guys are going to go all out. I would love to see Seth win, but if you're asking me to make a pick, I'm going to pick Roman just because he's Roman.
I have to pick Seth. Sorry, I'm a Sethanite.
I hope so. Here. I hope so. This is one of the rare occasions. I hope I'm wrong.
I'm a Sethanator.
Yeah.
Y'all, what are we calling ourselves? A Tyler Black appreciation post. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But all right, well, that's it. And then that's SummerSlam.
We'll see. I thought last night was good, above average. Hopefully tonight can be as well. But I thought going into it, I thought night one had a stronger card than night two, kind of before we saw everything. I thought last night was pretty decent to good. I'm hoping we get a similar thing tonight.
No, we'll see.
We'll see.
Seth heads. Y'all are killing me. JPJ, what do you got going on this week?
Thursday night, 8 p.m. over on Love Wrestling. Pluggo, myself, Between Two Beards. We'll be talking about Pluggo's trip this weekend in Minnesota, covering all the shows and doing a bunch of cool stuff. Mm-hmm. Obviously, you know where to find me every Sunday, noon Eastern, right here with Collins, coast to coast. We'll be talking SummerSlam as well, reviewing night 2 and all that fun stuff of the wrestling week. We'll see what trades our teams make some more of and where we stand in baseball.
You got until 4 p.m. tomorrow.
Yeah. And then for the AEW heads in the chat every Wednesday night, right after AEW Dynamite on bodyslam.net. Me, Pluggo joining me for that, and our pal Drew Nicholas. We do Dynamite Up, reviewing Dynamite. So that's where you can find me. But if you follow me right here, you'll find where I am everywhere. So do that, please. I would appreciate it greatly if you all followed me.
Yeah, you should follow him until you love him. Paparazzi. Okay. Well, you can find me _queer auntie anywhere. Thank you guys again for all of your kindness, your kind messages this last week. I'm getting back into the thing. Guys, I haven't posted it yet. Exclusive here. Coffee with Collins is coming back.
Oh, hell yeah.
Coffee with Collins. And then we're going to have the next season of Collins on the Rocks. But we're coming back. Coffee with Collins is going to be like a morning meditation, so to speak. A morning je ne sais quoi for your 10-minute coffee hour. Okay. So I'm excited to post those. We got a lot of filming stuff going on, and guess what? I have some things going on in my brain that require maybe making a little studio out of my kitchen. So nice.
All right.
Things are brewing, so to speak. So
see how that
goes. Feel free to tune in _queer auntie anywhere there is social media. Again, I'm trying to boost up my Instagram presence, so go follow me on there. And then this is Fightful Overbooked. This is where In the Weeds is. This is where Jeremy, Joel, and SP3 make your mornings so wonderful, so to speak. We have the Spotlight, Steve Jensen over there. We have Coexisting with Robin Maggie, and then you have us, the Cutiest Patutious, over here going coast to coast.
Rounding out the week every week, baby.
Rounding out the week. So make sure, like, share, subscribe. If you are not following us,
what the hell are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah, go ahead.
Get with the program.
Subscribe, turn that notification bell on so you know when we go live. We'll see you guys here next Sunday, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern. Have a great week. Be kind to each other. Hug your dogs.
No, Scott. Weeks start on Mondays, not Sundays, Scott.
Yeah. Change your calendar.
What the hell?
Bye.